Apprentice Savannah Zaleski. These cadets have devoted many hours to practice prior to tonight's presentation and were selected based on their outstanding performance and motivated attitude.
So far away. Too quiet in there.
47 points. That gives you the opportunity to get a lot of additional players on the field. So you know those parents are very proud, and they want to see more of that as the season goes along.
Okay, not to be outdone, though. The Villa Rica Wildcats played a road home game.
Road home game.
A road home game and put up 59
Yes, sir.
on Grady.
Yes, sir. And the funny thing about that, I don't know how much you know about Villa Rica.
I don't.
That's Villa Rica.
That's Villa Rica?
That's what they
59 points?
If they get a chance to put 100 on you,
Okay.
they're going to put 100 on you.
All right, well, let's talk about offense then. Okay. So I'm looking at these stats throughout the week, okay? This is real simple. When these teams put up points, they win.
Yes, sir.
So in their victories, so Villa Rica is 2-3.
Right.
When they win, they score close to 50 points a game.
Correct.
When they lose, they put about 10, 12, or 13.
Exactly.
Chapel Hill, when they win, they put up 30-plus points a game. When they lose, they barely get on the board.
Right.
So it's real simple. Put the points up, and they're going to win.
As long as they're putting points up, they're good. Now, speaking of that, did you see the game last night with Georgia State?
No.
Georgia State played Arkansas State.
Okay.
It went back and forth.
Last team with the ball?
Pretty much. Now, I don't know who won because I went to sleep. But
if it was a barn burner, why'd you go to sleep?
it was 52-52, Eric.
I'd been up all night long.
It was 50.
Because, you know, just like in high school, in college, there must be a winner.
But let me tell you something. As I've gotten older, I get sleepier. And with today being my birthday
Happy birthday, Coach!
and my anniversary.
You got the double whammy.
Hey, 2 for 1.
2 for 1. As the lovely Mrs. Taub sits 3 feet in front of her.
Right.
What you get for the birthday? You get cake and ice cream?
Well, we didn't do that, but I got her she'd been looking at a brass figurine. I got that for her.
Okay.
And then I got her another gift that was actually a gift for her, but also a gift for me.
All right. That's how you did the birthday
I
anniversary.
bought her a foot massager.
True, you can use that, yeah.
Well, the part for me is
You make her happy?
Yes, I don't have to massage her feet.
All right.
You know.
And that's spoken like a true married veteran.
The machine will do a much better job than I will.
All right, so once again, happy birthday to the coach. Happy anniversary.
Well, thank you.
We are almost ready for Friday night lights here in Douglasville, Georgia. Douglas County High School Game of the Week. The Panthers of Chapel Hill will welcome in the Wildcats of Villa Rica. A Region 6 5A showdown. The team's coming out of the locker room, getting their last-minute instructions from the coach. And let's talk about Villa Rica. I'm sure they're happy even to have their coach back. Did you know that their coach, we want to send him some good wishes. He had some health scares earlier in the year. That's Coach Christian Honeycutt, but he is back on the sideline. I have never had a chance to meet Coach Honeycutt. I wish I could have reached out to him earlier this week, but things were busier than usual. But Coach Honeycutt back on the field to coach his LSU-looking Wildcats.
Yes, and you better believe those kids are very happy to see him because Coach Honeycutt comes with a
pedigree.
Very nice pedigree.
When I was reading his resume, 14 years at Buford.
Yes.
7 state championships on the staff. He wasn't a head coach, but on the staff. And then 2 years at Grayson.
Exactly.
20-5.
The man knows how to play. But more importantly, he knows how to win.
Okay, now tell me this. Answer me this. Being a coach yourself, how did they sell him on coming to Villa Rica from a national, not just a Georgia powerhouse, but a national powerhouse like Grayson?
How you leave Grayson, I don't know.
Did they say you can have half of the county, you can have, a seat on the state assembly?
It had to be something sweet. But one of the things you have to look at is with Villa Rica, as far as talent is concerned,
they got it.
They don't have to compete with anybody because they are the only school in that area. Now, Central Carrollton and Carrollton are a little further down the road.
And they played those teams this year.
Exactly.
They didn't do too well.
Exactly. But Villa Rica does not compete for talent in the Villa Rica area.
Okay. Well, speaking of talent, number 1, Keyshawn Buckley, the wide receiver for the Panthers, is out as a captain. And number 9 for Villa Rica is going on at the coin toss right now. At the midfield, CH. It'll be Villa Rica won the toss, but they will defer. Looks like Chapel Hill will receive the ball to begin the game. Coach Justin Deshawn and his Panthers will take the field a week after putting up 47 points.
Yes, sir.
And will look to keep the ball rolling. Now, I tell you, Coach, we are only midway through October. But if you have to ask me, this region gets decided tonight.
And I can agree with that.
Okay? You got 7 teams in this region. 3 or 4 of them haven't won a game or barely won a game. Grady hasn't won. North Springs hasn't won. They played each other tonight, so someone will win tonight.
Maynard lost last night to New Manchester.
Maynard lost, okay. Bethany Springs finally got their first win last week. This is the class of this region right now.
Exactly.
Okay. Chapel Hill was predicted to win this region.
And Billy Rica has something to say about that.
Okay. Well, I'm going to learn because I tell you what, last year they were in a different region. They were in Region 7, and they didn't have much to say last year.
Correct.
You know what the record was in the region last year?
No.
0-8.
But you have to think about it, too. They went to Region 7. That's
Which
a
is
large in the state.
Not only was it's got some powerhouses in it, too.
And I guarantee you they were not one of the largest schools
in that region.
In that region.
Well, they're in Region 6 this year, and I'm sure they're happy to be here because they took it on the chin last year in Region 7.
That's
but
right.
Region 6 tonight. We'll see how this goes late in the year. Will this game decide who wins this region? We are just about ready for Friday night high school action on the campus of the Chapel Hill Panthers inside the Panther Stadium. The crowd is strolling in. The game said it was sold out.
Sold.
Of course, now they're sold out on the scale of COVID-19, but that's all right.
A sellout is a sellout.
You're listening to Stream City Radio for tonight's Friday night contest. You also can stream the game through the Chapel Hill website. We are ready for kickoff. The Panthers in the all purple, purple pants, purple shirts, purple helmets will have the ball first. The Wildcats of Villa Rica looking like LSU. White shirts, yellow pants with a purple stripe and yellow helmet. The kick is up, and we are underway here from Chapel Hill. Kickoff taken at about the 6, and the return man's coming up the middle. That's number 1. He's also the team captain. That's Keyshawn Buckley.
Yes. And Mr. Buckley was brought down by number 3, Javion Ziegler for Villa Rica.
We are underway, 1st and 10. For the Panthers, the line of scrimmage will be the 20-yard line. So they'll have 80 yards to go if they want to put points on the board to start this game. Chapel Hill has a dual quarterback system, meaning they use 2 quarterbacks from time to time.
Correct.
Looks like number 17, the transfer, Kamari Fry, the junior quarterback. No, he's actually not the transfer. They had a guy transfer in from another school. But Fry was here for, no, Fry is the transfer. Number
Fry's
19.
the transfer.
19 is the one that's been here.
That's correct.
All right, so Kamari Fry will lead the first offensive series for the Panthers. 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, and he's going to hand it off. And off left guard goes the running back, and not much there.
Trying to get a number for you on that running back. Couldn't tell because of the way the jersey was set.
I'm going to go ahead and stand up here and get my best view.
The running back was Michael Perkins, number 5.
So number 5, he is the leading rusher for Chapel Hill. Not much gained on that first down, so 2nd and 10 for Chapel Hill, their first possession of the game. Last week, the Panthers put up 47 points when they went up 85 north at North Springs. Coming into tonight's game, Perkins averages 42 yards per game. Perkins gets the handoff again on 2nd down. This time he has yardage. He's going to gain about 7 and bring up 3rd and 3 for Chapel Hill.
Got very close to that one. They almost got past that first down marker.
Yeah, we're going to need some light. We're up here in the press box here, and a little dark, can't read my notes. Just on the way here at Chapel Hill. No score so far. First possession of the game for the Panthers. Quarterback Kamari Fry leads the way. He's got 4 wide receivers on this 3rd down. 1 receiver in motion, 1 running back in the backfield. It'll be the 3rd straight handoff to number 5. He's looking for room, and he's going to be just about to the first down marker. Did he get enough, Coach?
Referee is looking like he marked it right at the first down or maybe a half a foot further. He's going to waving the guys on. So
1st and 10 for Chapel Hill. He needed the 30. He's going to get marked at the 31. So 3 straight plays, 3 straight carries by Michael Perkins.
I think they're trying to establish that ground dominance early.
They are definitely a run-first team. They come into tonight averaging just under 200 yards per game rushing the football. 1st and 10, Chapel Hill. We're just underway their first possession. Fry in the shotgun. This time he will fake it to Perkins and complete the pass to the slot back going right down the field.
Yeah, that was a nice slant route run by, it looks like Cam McLam.
McLam, there are 2 McLams on the team. I'm assuming they're probably brothers. But that one's a first down.
Wow,
Did that young man say they're definitely brothers?
Yeah, they're twins.
Oh, they're twins. All right. So the McLam twins, we'll see which ones we call. So in the first pass of the game is complete for a first down. So this offense that put up 47 points last week at North Springs has started tonight clicking on all cylinders. The Wildcat defense trying to find a way to slow them down. First and 10 from the 42, hand off to Perkins over the right side. He's got some room, but that hole was closed quickly by the Wildcat defense.
Yeah, Mr. Perkins has to be very careful because he took that handoff and had the ball on his inside hand, which is the left arm, running to the right, and they easily could have pulled it out.
You always want to put that ball in the outside arm, don't you?
Outside. A lot of people don't understand why. Is if that ball gets stripped,
it can go out of bounds.
It can run out of bounds.
Yes, indeed.
Sir. Yes, sir.
All right, second down and 10, no gain. So Perkins has carried the ball 4 times. He has about 12 yards already. Fry is 1 for 1 on his pass attempts. This Panthers offense really started rolling about 3 weeks ago, and Coach, you may not know this, they actually went through a coaching change offensively, and they changed offensive coordinators, and that may have really been the spark that they needed.
Hey, sometimes you just need a little bit of a change that can make big gains happen, so it's looking good so far.
Kamari Fry with a quarterback keeper. He gains about 8. It'll bring up 3rd and 2 for the Panthers. The ball right at the 50-yard line.
Offense is looking real good right now, Eric. They're clicking right along, and this is one of those times when you always want to tell your coach, don't outthink yourself. Just keep doing what you're doing.
The Panthers in the all-purple. Purple jerseys, purple pants with a white stripe, purple helmets.
Look like TCU.
They do like those horn frogs. Yes, they do.
Sir.
3rd down, hand off to Perkins. Perkins is going to have another first down for the Panthers. So, 3 first downs on this opening drive, and the Panthers are now into Wildcat territory.
This is the kind of drive I like to see, Eric. They're just being methodical right now.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, and I'm going to run it until you can stop it. Eric Slaughter, Coach Bernard's helps. We're here for Friday Night Football, as we always are. Stream City Radio. Your Friday night game of the week are the Panthers of Chapel Hill hosting the Wildcats of Villa Rica. This is a region game, 5A, Region 6. Both teams 1-0 in the region so far this year. Fry in the shotgun. Once again, he'll hand it off, and this time it's number 12, and he's going to have big yardage. He'll have first down yardage.
That's going to be the team captain, Rudolph Paul.
And he'll gain about 15 on that play, take it from about the 48 down to the 33.
That was nice. That was a nice change of pace.
So Perkins gets a rest, 12 comes in, gets his first carry.
Familiar plays, different backs.
And unfortunately, it looks like this one's going to come back. So there's a penalty flag out there somewhere. I didn't see it, but they're marching backwards. So holding against the Panthers offense will nullify what was a first down run.
Let me give you a little bit of irony, Eric.
Sure.
We talked about the Chapel Hill's purple uniforms and said they look like TCU.
Yep.
The defense that Villa Rica's running is a 3-3-5, which TCU is very well known for.
Really?
Yes.
Now, TCU, I'm trying to go to
Texas Christian.
Right, I know Texas Christian. They're in Fort Worth. The coach. He's a really good coach.
Yeah. What is his name?
And his name is being brought up to go over there to Austin and take over the University of Texas. Yeah, because he beats the Texans all the time. All right, so here we are. 1st and 15 now. Handoff. Number 12 again. So that was only a 5-yard penalty, so it may have been just a motion.
Okay, it may have been a legal procedure.
Rudolph Paul gets that carry. He gets it back to the original line of scrimmage, which is the 47 of Villa Rica.
Now, see, what the OC is doing right now is what I like. He's keeping fresh backs in the game, which tells me so far the plan is to run that ball down Villa Rica's throat until they stop it.
And it's a good plan. They're definitely a run-first offense. I was there to see them take on the South Paulding team earlier this year, and I've been at a couple of their scrimmages. So running the ball is what they do. They do it a lot with their quarterback, and, of course, with this plethora of running backs they have. Perkins back in the game, handed off, going to the left. He's going to gain about 5. So he's going to bring up 3rd down, make it 3rd and 6. They're 2 for 2 already on 3rd downs, and they've already got 3 first downs on this opening drive.
On this one, I'm expecting to see them do something in the air because it's 6 yards. We're trying to get for that first down.
Kamari Fry is the quarterback. He's 1 for 1, passing the ball. The Panthers took the opening kickoff, and they've already run off 6 minutes here in the first quarter. Line of scrimmage is the 44. Fry back to pass. He's got 2 receivers to his left. He's looking. Now he's going to pull it down and run. He's going to step out of bounds at about the 38. And a flag that was being called for by the fans is thrown. Looks like it might have been a hit out of bounds, Coach.
I think it was. We couldn't really see it clearly because it was right at Chapel Hill sideline where the players are, but it did look like it was a low hit out of bounds.
Well, Fry stepped out of bounds at about the 38. He needed a 37 for the first down, so he's a little short on his run. But if this is a personal foul, he'll get 15 yards on top of that.
Yes, sir. Now, I was looking at the receivers as they went down the field, and I'm asking myself, why are they running so slow and not turning around looking for the ball? That was a designed quarterback draw.
Well, Fry comes into tonight. He's carried the ball 29 times, gains 80 yards, so he gets about 3 yards every time he carries it. Now, of course, sacks count into that, so it goes backwards. Now, passing the ball, he doesn't pass it much, but he's actually very efficient. He completes 60% of his passes at an average of 16.8 yards on a completion. That's a pretty good completion percentage for a quarterback that runs more than he passes.
Right. A coach will take that all day, especially when you're in a run-heavy offense.
So, first down now. It was definitely a hit out of bounds against the Wildcats. So, the Panthers are set up at the 24 for this 1st and 10. They took the opening kickoff, and they've gone straight down the field. Before that play got started, there's another flag thrown, and that's a false start against Chapel Hill.
Right.
So back them up 5 again. So if your coach, Justin and Sean, you like everything you see except for these little penalties stalling your drive.
Yeah, you're hoping that you're not getting to that point now where guys stop thinking and they start losing that discipline.
So 1st and 15, line of scrimmage to 29. The Panthers coming to tonight on a 2-game winning streak. The big win last week up at North Springs, and the week before that they were here at home. They took on Miller Grove and won 18-7. And that was a game that they had to scramble to get because they were originally supposed to play Marist out of Atlanta. And Marist had some COVID-19 issues, so they had to scramble and get that game.
Pretty quick, yeah.
Handoff on 1st down. Only 1 yard gain by the Panther offense. I'll take that back 6 yards because it was 1st and 15. So 2nd and 9 now. The ball at the 22. Ball placed all the way over on the right hash mark. The offense looking over to the sideline, getting the signals. Kamari Fry at the quarterback position, the junior. Don't have a height and weight for him, Coach. We're going to guess. I think he's about 6 feet, maybe 6'1".
Yeah, he's definitely around 6 feet.
You have a young man here doing the camera for tonight. Are you a JV player, sir?
No, sir. I'm varsity, but I've been out here.
Okay, well, we'll help you get back healthy, but you say he's definitely about 6 feet? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we need to get you back healthy so we can talk about you a little bit.
You can watch the game tonight on is this YouTube or the National Federation of High School?
This is YouTube. There should be a Chapel Hill High School.
Chapel Hill High School YouTube feed, and you can listen to us on Stream City Radio. 2nd and 8 for the Panthers on their first possession. And once again, they're going to march backwards. So 3 straight penalties in the last 4 or 5 plays, Coach. That's not what Coach Deshaun wants to see right now.
And it has to be extremely frustrating for him because you've moved so well so far and chewed up so much time off the clock.
And this is going to push the ball all the way back to the 36. So if you're Christian Honeycutt over there on the Villa Rica side, now you're saying to your defense, tighten up.
Yes, sir.
They've marched all the way down the field, but now they're not even in field goal range. So you want to keep them around this area and get your chance to get your offense on the board.
And you tell them also, don't you do anything to give them extra yardage.
Yeah.
Referees are still huddling up, talking while we're at the line of scrimmage.
Stream City Radio, Douglas County High School Game of the Week. Panthers at Chapel Hill. Every school in Douglas County is in action tonight. We'll give you some of those scores.
Except Lithia.
Lithia's off tonight? They got that win, and they're going to take a week off, huh? Okay. Kamari Fry in the shotgun. Michael Perkins over his left shoulder. 1 wide receiver in motion. Fry back to pass, looking to his right. Now he's going to look to his left, scrambling to his left. He's got some room. He dumps it off, and it's just out of reach of his wide receiver. Coach, he was awfully close to going past the line of scrimmage, but he didn't.
Very, very close.
Dropped it off to number 26. That's Lawrence Sanders, the 6'1 junior, just out of reach of Sanders.
He was there. He was going one direction. The ball was coming another. He had to kind of contort his body and just wasn't able to do so.
Yep. scrambling to his left and then throwing it back to his right. That's always a tough for any young quarterback.
A lot of football drills to get passes like that completed.
So here it is. This is a big third down, the biggest third down of this first drive, which has already taken up 7+ minutes for the Panthers. Fry back to pass, looking to his left. He's got receivers all over, but he's going to tuck and run to his right. He's at the 20. He's going to get out of bounds at about the 18. Did he get enough for the first down?
I think he's just short, Eric, according to what I was looking at and where the referee is standing. It may be by a foot.
So, but on what was once first and 20, to get it down to 4th and 1.
It's going to be about a yard short.
Yep, so the ball is at the 15 and they need the 14. So the first real decision of the game for Coach Justin Deshawn, and it looks like he's going to keep his offense on the field.
I would. The way they've been moving the ball so far, I wouldn't change anything. There's no need to try to kick it right now.
Now they're going to spread them out. 3 wide receivers to the left. Rudolph is in the backfield. And they're going to hand it off to Rudolph Paul, and he's got lots of room up the middle. He's heading towards the goal line. He carries the Wildcat defender. We're looking for a signal your way, Coach. They're going to mark him down at about the half-yard line. So no touchdown.
He was almost able to roll in the air. It was a good run. He broke, 2 or 3 tackles and then drug one guy toward the end zone and landed on his back at the 1.
So Rudolph Paul, the 5'8", 160-pound senior running back, takes the ball down to the 1-yard line, making it actually about the half-yard line for the Panthers. And we're looking to get our first score of the game if they can just punch this ball in here.
If Villa Rica's defense is going to play like this all night, it's going to be a long night for them.
Now, not only that, if the Panthers offense is able to run like this, we're going to have one of those nights again where we out of here early. And
We'll be home by 9:30.
Fry takes that ball into the end zone, and once again a designed quarterback run. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about that. A 1-yard touchdown run. So, an 80-yard scoring drive for the Panthers. As they took the opening kickoff and they held the ball for 8 minutes and 8 seconds, and they put up 6 on the board. And then they'll tip the PAT. Looks like the kicker is number 23, Alex McCoskey. Yes, indeed. And he'll line up for the PAT. Snap, hold, kick, just over the cross rights, but that's all you need.
All you want to do.
All right. So the Panthers offense picks up right where they left off last week, up at North Springs. And they take the opening kickoff, and they do it slowly and methodically, but they get into the end zone. Your score, the Panthers 7, the Wildcats 0. You're listening to the Friday Night High School Game of the Week in Douglas County, brought to you by StreamCity.org.
Lovely setting.
Are you looking for fresh seafood or maybe the world's best chili dog? Then you got to check out the Half Shell right here in Noonan, Georgia. Fresh Gulf oysters, raw baked or fried, and these guys take hot dogs to another level. With great hand-breaded onion rings and fried seafood and much, much more. With local live music on Tuesdays and Thursday nights, drink and appetizer specials, free Texas Hold'em on Wednesdays and Saturday nights, there's always something going on at the Half Shell. Check them out at theworldsbestchilidog.com or on Facebook, the Half Shell Oyster Bar and Hot Dog Shop.
Welcome back to Stream City Radio, your Friday night high school game of the week. Chapel Hill now on top by the score of 7-0. The Panthers kick off to the Wildcats, and it was taken by an upback, a big upback. Defensive lineman.
Number 34.
He scooped that up and tumbled for about 5 yards.
Right.
And so the first time the Wildcats will get a look on offense, looking like the LSU Tigers in their white shirts and yellow pants. Coach Christian Honeycutt in his 2-3 Wildcats were taking the ball over at the 41, 1st and 10. Their quarterback is number 12.
The quarterback's number 11.
Well, thank you. He's number 11. Oh, he's a tall, thin young man, number 11.
Jay Pritchett.
You got Pritchard's stats for me, Coach? His
I
height and
do
weight?
not.
No, I don't see it here either.
Height and weight, 6'2", 180.
Okay, yeah, he's definitely 6'2". 3, 4, 5 wide receivers for Villa Rica. They spread it out, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. 2nd and 5, and Pritchard's going to tuck and run, and he's going to get about 4. I mean, he's really close to that first down marker.
Yeah, he is. That was a tackle by Bradley Turner.
And they're going to be just short, so it'll bring up 3rd and 1 for Villa Rica. No, now they're going to move the chains. It looked like it was short to me.
It did look short.
But they'll say 1st and 10 for Villa Rica. The ball at the 49. The Wildcats in that same 5 wide receiver set, going in to hurry up. Pass complete to number 2. That's not sure because my roster starts at number 3.
Mine does as well.
Okay, so
We also have number 7 was the first ball carrier. Don't have him listed.
yeah, I go from 6 to 8. So the roster given to us by Max Preps. I went to Villa Rica's home site. There was nothing there, unfortunately. So we'll go with the rosters that we have. On that first down play, it was a loss of 1, so 2nd and 11 on a completed pass. Now we'll have a handoff to number 2 again. We'll see if we can find out his name from one of the Villa Rica assistant coaches. He is a running back. He gets the handoff, and he gains nothing. So 3rd and 11 now. The first time Villa Rica has touched the ball. They definitely do not want to go 3 and out after watching Chapel Hill march right down the field.
Right, that tackle was made in the backfield by Melvin Hudson. It's a senior for Chapel Hill.
The ball at the 50, 3rd and 11. Villa Rica looking over to the sideline. They're on the far side of the field. They've got about a few fans over there to cheer them on. You see some yellow sweatshirts. Pritchard back to pass. It's complete, and he's going to have a first down on the left sideline.
I think Mr. Hudson got lost on that play. That ball came right over his outside.
The defender?
Yeah, like he didn't see it coming.
He hit the wide receiver right in his chest.
Right.
And he'll have first down yardage for Villa Rica. Line of scrimmage to 36. Villa Rica looking to answer the Chapel Hill score. Jet sweep to number 1. Slot receiver came across and took a handoff, and he was stacked up immediately by the Panther defense. They are led in the middle by a big nose tackle, number 75. And I saw him on the stat sheet, yes, Charles Workman. He goes 6'4", 365. And young man, you can tell me, I heard he used to go closer to 400. Yeah, and he lost some weight to get that starting position, and he looks good out there. He gets down in the 4 position. You cannot miss him. Handoff again to number 2, and once again, that defensive line.
This is moving.
And looks like it was led by, this time, number 7, the middle linebacker. So, no yard gain, maybe even a half a loss, but it's going to bring up 4th down. I'm sorry, 3rd down, 3rd and 10. But the Panther defense is definitely trying to tighten up here and stop this Villa Rica drive. Bad snap to the quarterback, but he's looking to go deep. He's got a receiver just off the outstruck hands of number 8. It looks like number 9, actually.
Isaiah Hare.
He's listed as a quarterback and a free safety, but he definitely plays wide receiver on that, 6'2", 170. So it'll bring up 4th down, and the offense for Villa Rica is going to stay on the field. So the first possession by the Wildcats, looking to answer the touchdown drive of Chapel Hill, and they're going to go for it on 4th and 10. So, Coach, right now on 4th and 10, what do you expect?
I'm trying to get that ball as close to the first down marker as I can. If I can get one of those receivers to get past that corner one-on-one.
Sacked on the play.
All of that is me.
Number 24 and number 67, they both met at the quarterback at the same time.
24 is Bryson Veal.
67 is Derek Van Hubbard, 6'2", 250 defensive tackle.
They met at the quarterback in the backfield at the same time.
Half a sack to each one of those young men.
Yes, sir.
And just like that, the first drive for Villa Rica comes to an end, and the offense for the Panthers will take over at their own 43. A good defensive stance by the Panthers, and they'll give the ball back to Kamari Fry. Panthers again, and they're all purple. Purple jerseys, purple pants, white trim, black helmets with white numbers. You don't see a lot of helmets with the white numbers on them anymore.
Right.
Handoff that looks like that's Perkins. He's going over the right tackle, and he's dragging defenders with him.
Yes, he
He'll
is.
gain about 6 yards.
We didn't mention it on that first drive, but I have to say that Chapel Hill has to take their hats off to that offensive line. They really opened up some holes.
Well, the offensive line is a young offensive line, and I'm going to give him credit. It's led by number 74, Elijah Brumman. He's a young man that I'm very familiar with. He goes 6'3", 305.
Okay.
And he eats every bit of 305 because I met many of his barbecues and his birthday parties.
Right.
And you better get to the buffet before he does.
Because he's putting it away. We got a flag on that play, so we'll be going to 1st and 15.
And I hope it wasn't offsides on that offensive line. Somebody moved. So 1st and 15 now for the Panthers. 4 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Perkins in the backfield with Fry. Receiver in motion. Hand off to Perkins over the right side. Almost broke a tackle. If he'd broke that tackle, he would have had a lot of running room.
Right, but that was a good tackle by that defensive end on the outside. That was number 55 for Villa Rica. See if I can get that name for you. Jaden Johnson.
Jaden Johnson. So that'll take us to the end of the first quarter as the Panthers will let the final 10 seconds run off. A first quarter that flew by. The Panthers took the opening kickoff and took it 80 yards at about 8 minutes of game clock. Villa Rica got one possession in. They stalled at about the 40-yard line. The Panthers are on the move again in their second possession. So at the end of the first quarter, your score, Chapel Hill 7, Wildcats 0. You're listening to the Friday night Douglas County High School Game of the Week.
So maybe it's time for that honey-do list, spring cleaning. Got some projects around the house you need to get taken care of, knocked out. So maybe you need, I don't know, some screws, nails, a little sheetrock touch-up. Who knows what project you've got going on around the house. 2 things you want to get done. Get it done right. It keeps mama happy. Makes your lives better. Or 2, get it done quickly. Big part of getting it done quickly is not spending 2 hours at the big box store trying to find what you need. But no better place to go than Complete Hardware. It's complete? Yeah, it is complete. They can give you advice, they can point you in the right direction, and they're going to have the things you need to complete that project you got going on. So when it's time to knock out the honey-do list, finish that project, not spend all day doing it, Complete Hardware, Tyrone, Georgia, convenient and always there with a helping hand.
Second quarter, ready to get underway here. Fry back to pass, complete to Buckley. Buckley's first reception of the game, and he's going to gain about 6 yards on what was 2nd and 15.
That's exactly what they needed to do, to go ahead and keep that defense honest, throw a pass, and then come back and pound that ground.
Make it 3rd and 8 now for Chapel Hill. Their second possession of the game. We're just underway here in the second quarter. Line of scrimmage is the 45. Looking to get first down. You need 8 yards here, Coach. Kamari Fry is the signal caller for the Panthers. 4 wide receivers, 3 up top, 1 to the bottom. Fry back to pass, looking to his right. He's got 2 receivers going over the middle, and he's going to outshoot number 22.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was trying to get to number 22 or if he was trying to get to Buckley and it was underthrown. Both of them
Kind
were
of
in
the
the
same
area,
area.
right,
Yeah.
at the same time.
22, Detakis Nunnally. I'm going to say it was intended for him, but it goes incomplete. So for the first time today, Chapel Hill will punt. Villa Rica, after giving up that long drive on their first defensive possession, this time they hold tight and will force the Panthers to punt it away.
Looks like our punter tonight will be number 20, but I don't have
I don't have a 20 on the roster
20
either.
on the roster.
It's tough when we're doing high school games, and sometimes they switch jerseys and things like that. But whoever he is, he put a good
Beautiful tackle.
And there was a big tackle by Bradley Turner, the middle linebacker.
Yes, sir.
He's been making tackles on defense. Now he makes one on special teams.
He looked like a middle linebacker coming down the field.
So a good punt by the special teams will give the ball back to the Wildcats. This will be their second possession. Only one possession in the first quarter. And they got 1 or 2 first downs, and then they stalled.
The punt returner for Villa Rica, Jaquez Dunson, did very well to hold on to that football.
Because he got lit up.
Yes, he did.
1st and 10 now for Villa Rica. Line of scrimmage is the 26. I'm sorry, make that the 21. Back to pass. Wide receiver screen. They ran that play in their first possession. This time it's complete, but they're not going to get much, maybe 2 or 3.
That pass was completed number 2, but again, we don't have that name listed.
And I'm listening to the PA announcer to see if he gives us a name, but he didn't either. 2nd and 8, so 2 yards on that wide receiver screen. Villa Rica in the no huddle. 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 2 running backs. First time we've seen 2 running backs, and they're going to hand off, and he's met in the backfield by number 8.
Don't have number 8 listed. Whoever he is, he's a man.
Yeah, he is. Now, the PA announcer gave the credit to number 11, but it was not number 11. It was number 8 that penetrated through the defensive line and met the running back in the backfield, and that play was a 3-yard loss. So what was 2nd and 8 will now be 3rd and 11. Villa Rica on their second possession do not want to go 3 and out. Did he say James Smith?
Jaden Smith.
Jaden Smith. I have Jaden Smith on the roster, but on another number.
Oh, okay.
Back to pass, so he's going to scramble now, and he's going to get big yardage.
That's number 17 for Villa Rica, and that's another number that is not listed on this roster.
Okay, we're gonna stop worrying about what numbers are listed or not. We got numbers. That's all that matters. All we know is that on 3rd and 12, Villa Rica picks up a first down, and the new line of scrimmage is their own 44, and they're in a hurry-up offense. They've got the Panthers on their heels, and they're trying to capitalize. Quarterback keeper on that one. That time the defensive line and the middle linebacker met him and drove him back after he gained 1.
First contact was made by Zachariah White, number 28, outside linebacker for Chapel Hill.
6'2", 220. So 1-yard gain, line of scrimmage down to 45. 7-0 is our score as we're just underway here in the second quarter at Chapel Hill. The Friday night Douglas County game of the week. 3 wide receivers now for Villa Rica, handoff, and number 8. You said it was Jalen Smith?
Yeah, Jalen Smith.
He is living in the Wildcat backfield right now.
Okay. Yeah, it is Jalen Smith.
Okay. I have a Jaden Smith as number 15.
Jaden Smith.
Okay, so I have his number 15, but he's number 8.
Okay, number 15 will be one of the other twins. That'll be Chris McLeod.
Okay, and there's 315. I have 315. Do you have 315s? You sure do.
Yes.
Yeah, we got the same roster. Okay. So that helps.
Ball overthrown.
Yeah. Deep pass attempted by Villa Rica on that 3rd down. He goes incomplete, so it's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and get Villa Rica's punt team on the field, which will be the right decision to make because we're looking at about 4th and 11.
Yeah, 4th and 11.
Yeah.
So credit this to the defensive line of Chapel Hill. They have really shown up over the last 2 drives, especially on this drive.
Right, a lot of penetration.
A lot of penetration, met the backs in the backfield just as they were getting the handoff most of the time. So standing at his own 10 will be the return man for Chapel Hill. A good punt by Villa Rica, and it's going to take a Villa Rica roll, and it's going to finally stop at about the 21. So the Panthers will get their 3rd chance on offense. We'll take a quick timeout. You're listening to the Friday night high school game of the week. Your score, Chapel Hill 7, Villa Rica 0.
Looking for a wedding facility, maybe a place for a reception, anniversary celebration, a sports banquet, class reunion, birthday party? Contact us at Hudson's by the Lake, 770-942-4828. Hudson's by the Lake is the perfect venue for all types of events, both intimate and large parties. We offer an exceptional location that you can decorate and style to your own liking. The imagination can go wild and the possibilities are endless. Hudson's by the Lake, located on Cedar Mountain Road in Douglasville. Hudson's by the Lake.
Back to the action here at Chapel Hill. First down for the Panthers. Fry's pass is complete. And we're going to have a penalty flag thrown. I think maybe a face mask on the tackle, Coach.
I was looking at a face mask too, Eric. With that amount of guys wrapped around one player, that face mask is easy to call.
So that pass was complete to Nunnally. He's a shifty scat back for the Panthers. He gained 4 yards or so on that pass completion, and we'll see what the penalty flag is. So the Panthers coming to tonight after winning 2 straight, trying to get their 3rd win in a row. Next week, they will be at home again as they welcome in Grady. And, Coach, I'm telling you, if these Panthers can get on the roll, a 3-2 record could easily become 6-2, 7-2 because their next few games are all winnable games.
Right.
After this week, they will welcome Grady. Then they will go up to Jackson, Atlanta, playing at Grady Stadium. Then they'll play at Lithia Springs. Then they get it by and they'll finish the season here at home versus New Manchester. They could easily go out on a 6 or 7 game win streak.
The season looks very favorable. It's setting up nicely for them right now. All they have to do is continue playing like they played last week.
So still got to finish the business here tonight. They're only up 7-0. They're driving now, trying to add to that score. Fry scrambling to his right. He's got a receiver open. Great pass. Tightrope on the sideline.
Nice pass to Lawrence Sanders. That's a 6'1 junior, 170 pounds.
And Sanders turned up right and stayed in bounds and gained about 4 more yards. So gain of 6 on the play. Going to bring up 2nd and 4. The ball just over the 50-yard line at the 49 of Villa Rica.
Mr. Fry looks very confident right now, Eric.
Very confident. He, like you said, he transferred in here after the first or second game. Zach Nolan was the starting quarterback for the Panthers in their opening contest versus Alexander. Fry now will hand off. That's Perkins, the senior running back, 5'10", 165, and he's going to be real close to the first down marker. Line of scrimmage will be a 46, and they're going to say, yes, indeed, move the chains.
Yes, sir.
Actually, he has enough to move the chain.
The referee crew here sets up the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10. The crowd applauds, and the Panthers are looking for their next play.
One thing I'm liking so far with the pace of this game, the referees are very decisive in what they're doing, but they're not too involved in the ball game.
1st and 10, Chapel Hill. Fry, hand off to Perkins, looking to go to his right, the short side of the field, and he makes a nifty move. That young man has got a quick burst, and he can make a man miss.
Yes, he does. He gets around that corner very fast, but I would really like for one of the coaches to get him to put that ball on his outside arm.
So something that he definitely can work on in practice. There's a drill that you can do that when you come through, they just slap at it.
There are several.
So our first time out of the game called by the Wildcats as Chapel Hill is on the move here on this drive. We'll take a break with them. Your score is 7, Chapel Hill, Villa Rica 0, 6:44 remaining in the second quarter. You're listening to your Friday night high school game of the week.
There's no end to the options when you want to eat out. That list of options starts to narrow if you're looking for healthy, flavorful, quick service, affordability, or locally family-owned and operated. Come take a trip with me to a European cafe with all that, no plane trip required. Just a short trip to historic Sonoma. Jacob's Table is a European cafe experience with locally sourced, made fresh daily dining your family will love. Located in historic Sonoma at 15 Barnes Street, they're not just a restaurant, they're part of our community. Check out their menu and their story at jacobstable.com, and the passion you taste in their food makes sense.
So after that timeout called by the Wildcats, Chapel Hill will resume their drive. Looking at 2nd and 3, Wildcat 39. Kamari Fry running the offense pretty efficiently so far tonight, and as I say that, he's going to be sacked.
Right, Javion Ziegler came in, and on that read option, he just stayed true in between the running back and the quarterback, and he attacked the quarterback and made the sack.
So it's going to be about an 8-yard loss, so 2nd and 3 will now become 3rd and 11. And that could be a real drive staller for the Panther offense.
Right.
Line of scrimmage now is the 47. And we'll see what the OC calls here. We've only thrown the ball about 5 times. 3 or 4 of them have been complete. But they don't really throw the ball down the field too efficiently. Fry back to pass. He is looking deep over the middle. Up top to Buckley. Buckley tipped it. And then the second receiver had a chance at it. That was Cam McClam, one of the twins. And then what a lot of people don't realize, they had a lot of people arguing for a pass interference, but once that ball tipped, you can mug a guy out there, and they won't call anything.
Exactly. And Mr. McLam actually had a very good chance to catch that tip.
Deflection, yeah.
If he had seen it maybe a half a second sooner, he could have repositioned his body and made that reception.
So the Villa Rica Wildcats have held, and the Panthers will have to punt it away for the second time. Standing back at his own 15 is number 4. And he's going to let that punt roll. It takes a Panthers roll. And he's going to finally come dead at about the 10-yard line. So a good punt by Chapel Hill. And now Villa Rica will have 90 yards to go if they want to tie this game up.
Yeah, they have more than enough time. It's 5 minutes and 54 seconds on the clock. So they can tie this game up, but they have to be methodical in what they're doing, and they have to make some completions.
So last week we were at Lithia Springs, where Lithia Springs was playing host for Douglas County. Our final score, was it 7-0 or something like that?
It was something close like
And
that.
those 7 points came on the opening drive of the game.
Right.
Douglas County took the ball and went down the field.
And
Tonight,
it showed you how stout that Douglas County defense was, because Alexander's used to putting up quite a bit of points, and they couldn't get close.
Now this week, same thing. Chapel Hill took the opening kickoff, went 80 yards down the field, and so far as we are halfway through the second quarter, the 7-0 score is holding up.
Wouldn't that be something if it's the same thing
I think
2 weeks in a row?
we'll see. Coming into this game, we thought we would have some high-powered offense.
Well, we've said that a couple of weeks in a row, and it hasn't happened yet.
So on this second down play for Villa Rica, quarterback keeper, he makes a one-man miss and is finally taken down after gaining about 7.
Right.
So it'll be 3rd and 3 now for Chapel Hill. If they can hold here, they'll get the ball back to their offense in really good field position. Wildcats looking over to the sideline to get a play. They've got 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, and 1 running back. Handoff up the middle, and he's only getting about 2. He needed 3. So the defensive line of Chapel Hill still playing stout as they've been doing all game. And it's going to bring up 4th down and 1. And this far on your side of the field, you are definitely going to punt.
From what I was looking at through the binoculars, I thought that he landed right at the first down marker. I'm not sure how it was marked so far back.
Well, it's where those knees go down, because he's definitely a yard short. So the punt team is on the field for Villa Rica. The return man for Chapel Hill standing at his own 50, and that punt's going to go over his head. So both teams have excellent punters, and the punters have definitely flipped the field for each of these teams so far here tonight.
I thought the punt returner for Chapel Hill had a great opportunity to catch that.
And it kept soaring.
He just let it roll.
Yeah.
So he probably lost about 10 yards.
But there'll still be decent field position for Chapel Hill as they'll take over 1st and 10 from their own 37. 4 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the first half. Chapel Hill on top, 7-0, looking to add to their score. Timeout on the field. We'll stay right here. We'll talk about some of the other games going on in Douglas County this week. So Alexander is over at East Paulding. Douglas County is over at Paulding, so 2 of our teams over in Paulding County tonight. And you said Lithia Springs is enjoying the week off after getting their first victory.
Correct.
Versus they won against New Manchester last week. Okay.
Right. A game that they were, I think, a 14-point
deficit at one point, yeah. They're no underdogs in high school. Fly back to pass on 1st down, looking to go deep, and he's intercepted. Intercepted at about the 47 by Villa Rica's number 4. And he's going to return it to about the 25. So your first turnover of the game is forced by the Wildcats.
Yeah, that was number 4, Todrick Walters. He's listed on here as wide receiver, but he's
could play defense as well.
5'11", 175-pound junior.
Well, he gives the ball to the Villa Rica offense at the 24 of Chapel Hill, and this will be the first time that Villa Rica has even seen that side of the field.
Right.
So Christian Honeycutt, the head coach of Villa Rica, got his defense going, and just like that on 1st down, the defensive line for Chapel Hill gets in there and gets some of those yards back.
That's Derek Von Hubbard.
We've called his name already, 6'2", 250. Yes. So what was 1st and 10 at the 24 will now be 2nd and 18 at the 32. So the defensive line of Chapel Hill, we didn't hear much, at least I haven't heard much about them coming into this game, but I tell you what, they're showing up today and they're saying, don't only talk about that defensive line over at DC because we got one here too. 2nd and 18. Wide receiver screen goes incomplete. It hit number 9 right in his hands, but he couldn't pull it in.
I think he was trying to turn upfield because he was running into a lot of traffic. So he was looking for somewhere to go before he secured that football.
So we'll bring up 3rd down and 18 now. Villa Rica forced the first turnover of the game. Quarterback Cameron Fry picked off. And Villa Rica looking to capitalize on that turnover. 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end. And they're going to pitch it to number 2. He's looking to get the right corner. He's got the right corner. He's going to be close to the first down. Still on his feet. Finally forced out at about the 14. And I think he's going to have every yard of the 18 that he needed.
That was a nice play on that play that I told you a couple of weeks ago that I do not like, that delayed pitch on that sweep. But it worked for Villa Rica on that time. He was able to get around the corner and pick up that first down. Referees are moving the chains now.
Yeah, well, that running back, he did it all by himself.
He did.
He didn't have much in the way of blocking, but he got outside, and he made guys miss, and he got every bit of it. And he'll get the ball again here, this time right up the middle. The ball was, line of scrimmage is the 14, and he takes it up the middle and gains about 6, take it down to the 8. So 2nd and 4 now for Villa Rica as we're under 3 minutes remaining here in the first half, and the Wildcats looking to tie this contest.
If number 2 is going to continue to carry that ball in between the tackles, if he drops his shoulder a little bit, he'll be able to pick up even more. Now, he did that time.
As he gets the handoff for the 3rd straight play, and he dropped his shoulder, but he only gains about 1 or 2. So it was 3rd and 4, now it'll be, it was 2nd and 4, now it'll be about 3rd and 3. The Wildcats looking to get a score here before they go into the locker room. Line of scrimmage is the 7. Back to pass, shoulder to his right. He's got a man, and he's going to get into the end zone for the Villa Rica touchdown. It's on the far corner, so I can't see who received it.
It was number 34, Jackson Butler, a 5'8", 100. Well, they say 160, but I'm going to say he's close to 100.
Yeah, he is. That's a big bowling ball type of fullback right there.
And what's funny, Eric, is before the ball was snapped, I was going to tell you, when you get a chance, look at that fullback. He's a big, big guy.
So a 7-yard touchdown reception. And number 91 is in to attempt the PAT. Snap, hold, kick is up high, and the kick is good. So with 2 minutes and 2 seconds remaining here in the first half, we are now knotted at 7 as the Wildcats of Villa Rica answer. They convert on a turnover by Chapel Hill, and the score now 7-7. You're listening to the Friday night high school game of the week, brought to you by Stream City Radio. Coach Bernard Telps, and I'm Eric Slaughter, and we'll be right back after this commercial.
Hey everybody, James O'Brien. Join myself and Dan McDuffie Monday afternoons from 4 to 6 for the College Drive as we get you home with traffic and weather and all kinds of college athletic talk. Of course, you know me and Dan, we're going to be talking football most of the time from the regular season all the way through the bowl games and that quote-unquote mythical national champion. Of course, we'll talk hoops, we'll talk baseball, and you know what a big fan of soccer Dan is, so join us Monday afternoons, 4 to 6 on all your Stream City channels. So much fun, we replay it on Monday nights at 10, Friday nights at 11, and Saturdays at 10 a.m.
Kicking off now for Villa Rica after their touchdown. Buckley will return it from the 8. He's got a lot of room right up the middle, and he goes up to about the 27 to where he's finally stopped. He kind of stepped on the brakes.
Yeah, he did.
He had a lot of field in front of him, and then he saw 3 white jerseys, and he just kind of still making a move. He kind of slowed his momentum down, and they took him down at about they're going to say the 26.
Right, as soon as he slowed his momentum down, they shut down everything from that standpoint.
First down now for Chapel Hill. Chapel Hill took the opening kickoff, marched right down the field. In their last 2 or 3 possessions, they have not been as smooth. And of course, their last possession ended in a turnover as Cameron Fry was picked off by the Wildcat defense. Hand off to Perkins. Perkins looking to get over the right corner, and he's going to be met there by a defensive end and brought down after gaining about 3.
Who's that, number 20? Number 20. That is going to be Anthony Ndaye, outside linebacker, sophomore, 6'2", 185 pounds.
So gain of 4 for Perkins, 2nd and 6. Clock at about a minute and a half remaining. Chapel Hill does have all 3 of their timeouts. Hand off to Perkins. He's making guys miss, and he's going to have the first down plus. Takes it up to about the 41. And Chapel Hill, I believe, will take their first timeout.
That was the best run I've seen all night. Mr. Perkins got around the corner. He saw that someone was in his way. He didn't try to go around him. He dropped his shoulder and went through him.
No timeout called. The clock runs, minute and 12. Fry, hand off to Perkins again. No, that's Rudolph this time up the middle.
Nice.
And a great change of pace there by Rudolph.
Yes.
As he goes right up the middle. I keep calling him Rudolph is actually his first name. Yeah. So Mr. Paul, and he takes it up to the 46. And there, and actually a timeout called by Villa Rica.
Wow.
Surprisingly, they're going to stop the clock with 1:01 remaining, and Chapel Hill on the move. And Mr. Paul ran right up the A-gap behind the guard in the center.
Drop
on the
his
right
shoulder,
side.
kept moving.
So I'm assuming that hole was paved the way by Mr. Brummett, number 74, and the center, I believe the center is number 70. They're in the huddle now, so I can't see him. 76, I believe.
I'm trying to figure out this timeout, Eric. We're at midfield. It's first down, a minute on the clock, and you call a defensive timeout.
Well, obviously you see them, gaining chunks of yardage, yeah. You just want to slow them down, regroup, and if they're going no huddle, the only way to get fresh bodies on the field is to call a timeout.
I don't see any substitutions. It's the same guys.
All right, so the Panthers on the move, first down. Fry going to complete a pass to Buckley. Buckley spinning and moving and still on his feet. And he'll have a first down all the way down to the 30.
Mr. Buckley earned every one of those yards on his own.
Keyshawn Buckley, the 6 feet senior captain of these Chapel Hill Panthers. He is the ex-receiver way out there on the outside. And they're going to go right back to him. This one he catches. And he's going to once again spin his way down for about 6 more yards.
Chapel Hill coaches doing everything they can to get that timeout called.
38 seconds remaining. So back-to-back receptions by Keyshawn Buckley. And he spins just like a top going down the field, taking defenders with him.
Right.
And that one he gained about 8 yards on first down, maybe 7. So we'll call it 2nd and 3. So here we are with 38 seconds remaining. And Chapel Hill will still have 2 more timeouts. Is it time to start taking a few shots at the end zone, or can you still run your offense?
I would say they can stay with the offense right now as long as they keep it on the outside so that they can get out of bounds. But right now, they're doing what they want to do, so nothing really needs to change.
Well, this will be a great way to book in the first half. You took the first possession, put up 7, and this will probably be, if it's not the last possession, Villa Rica won't have much time when they get the ball back.
If Chapel Hill scores right here, it's a great way to answer Villa Rica's touchdown drive.
And to close out the first half.
Right.
All right, so 2nd and 3. The line of scrimmage is the 23 of Villa Rica. Kamari Fry running the show all night here for Chapel Hill. Hand off to Perkins. Going to that short side. He makes a man miss, and he's going to walk into the end zone. A 23-yard touchdown run. He had one guy to beat. He beat him with a swift move. And next thing you know, it was a free ride to the pay dirt.
That play was drawn up, designed, and executed perfectly. Once Mr. Perkins got around that corner, he saw that window open up. He put his foot in the ground, slid in that crack.
He turned on the jet. There was only one man that had a pursuit angle at him.
Right.
And his angle wasn't as good because the speed beat him. And it was 23 yards to pay dirt for the second offensive touchdown of the game for Chapel Hill.
Beautifully designed play.
So here we are for the PAT. The snap is good. The hold is good. And a line drive kick again. The first one was a line drive kick. The second one was a line drive kick, but it is good.
He's consistent.
So 14-7 is your new score. 31 seconds remaining here in the first half. Alex Murkowski is the PAT kicker. He doesn't do the kickoff duties, though.
Right.
He doesn't punt or do kickoff. He just handles the extra points. And Villa Rica will have 31 seconds and 1 timeout to see if they can get anything before the end of the first half. Villa Rica will receive the second half kickoff as they won the toss and deferred. But Chapel Hill, whose defensive line has been all over the field and getting great penetration, will have 31 seconds to hold Villa Rica before we go into the locker room. Lining up the kickoff is that 92. It's 92 for Chapel Hill. Kicks off. He's a big defensive lineman looking guy. Brian Uribe. And a short kick taken there by Villa Rica. And the young man will be picked up and slammed to the ground. He was almost getting carried like a fireman. You're a fireman, right?
Yes. Yeah, I'm very familiar with what happened to him just then.
All right, so first and 10 for Villa Rica is they'll have 24 seconds. They've got decent field position, so if they can get maybe 20 or 30 yards in a couple plays, we might see what kind of field goal unit they have or whether or not they can attempt some Hail Marys.
Right. You're guaranteed at least one of these plays. They're going to test that defensive backfield for Chapel Hill at least once.
Line of scrimmage is the 41. They've got 24 seconds and 1 timeout. And it looks like a false start. That wide receiver got an early start. No flag thrown. Good penetration by Chapel Hill. Number 8 again, Mr. Smith.
See, I'm sorry, Eric. That was a coaching moment right there. When you have less than 30 seconds on the clock, you know you were trying to get the ball down the field. You call a passing play. If nothing is there,
just get rid of it. Chuck it.
Either that or get out of bounds.
Yeah, no, you chuck it. If you got 2 reads, if read 1's not there, read 2's not there, you just get rid of the ball.
But instead, he ran the ball and then cut back inside.
Right.
So the clock is still running.
And now they have to use their last timeout.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, no, that's textbook 2-minute drill.
Right.
Read 1, read 2, throw it away. So 11 seconds will be remaining. Villa Rica, they are 59 yards away from the end zone, and they won't have a chance to call timeout again. So anything that's completed and not gotten out of bounds,
it's over.
That's going to be the end of the first half. So right now, if you're a defensive coach, you can actually tell your guys, force them into the middle, guard the sidelines. Here comes the Wildcat offense. Villa Rica will definitely be looking to pass, and looks like Chapel Hill is in kind of a prevent defense.
It looks like cover 4. Yep, got one deep safety.
Yeah, that's not a prevent. You don't call that a prevent?
No.
No? All right. Pass was incomplete, almost intercepted through the hands of number 9 and right over the left shoulder of number 4, Justin Weatherford, the defensive back for Chapel Hill. Well, only 3 seconds taken off the clock. See, that's how quickly you got to do it.
That's right.
So, still be 7 seconds left here for Chapel Hill, and they can try that 1 or 2 more times or eventually try to go deep.
7 seconds left till halftime.
Chapel Hill will only rush 3, and they will drop 8 back in pass coverage. Right back to number 9 this time. Hit him in the hands. He can't hold it in.
Fighting the football, Coach. He's fighting the football.
3 more seconds again comes off the clock.
9 seconds left till halftime.
It'll be 4th down now for Villa Rica, and they will probably punt it away and try to make sure they take those 4 seconds off. And has there been a timeout called by Chapel Hill? Sure did. Chapel Hill said we need to talk this over with 3.9.
And you know what they're saying right now.
What's that?
If we can block it,
Go for it.
Yes. It's 3.9 seconds on the clock. The ball's on our side. Let's go ahead and set up this block.
Bring the house.
If we can get it, good. If not, we get a return or the ball just rolls down the field.
Yeah.
But You just want to make sure your aiming point is the kicker's toe. Don't go for his body, go for his toe, because that's where the ball will be.
And if you get a defensive penalty on the last play, the offense will get
another play. Yes, sir.
So it's 4th down for Villa Rica. The ball is at the 41 of their own side. Punt team. Actually, here comes the offense now. So instead of the punt team was on the field, Chapel Hill called a timeout, and now Villa Rica will bring the offense back out. So here we are, back to pass. Looking deep, and he throws it out of bounds, and there's the horn for the end of the first half.
Was that a give-up play?
I don't know what that was.
It looked like he just threw it purposely out of bounds.
Yep. So, well, they knew he couldn't block a punt and return it. Well, your score, halftime, Chapel Hill 14, Villa Rica 7. You're listening to the Friday night high school game of the week here in Douglas County, Stream City Radio, and you can watch it on Chapel Hill's YouTube feed. We'll be back here after these halftime messages.
Michael West. He is your Noonan, Georgia lawyer. So for bankruptcy, personal injury, and criminal defense, one number to know. That's 404-913-1529. Call for a free consultation. That's 404-913-1529. The law office of Michael West. In Georgia, we love outdoor living, and we spend thousands of dollars building decks and swimming pools. But sometimes it's simply too hot outside to be in the direct sun. You may have even thought about spending thousands of dollars to build a permanent roof over whatever beautiful outdoor structure you have. But what if you could harness the power of the sun? You could control when you had shade, when you had sun, keep the rain out when you don't want it. Well, the fine folks over at Georgia Shade Solutions can help you do exactly that. With their motorized louvered roof systems, harness the power of the sun. Control how much shade or how much sun you get with the push of a button. And oh yeah, the rain out when you don't want it. Look them up on the web at georgia-shade-solutions.com or give them a call at 678-723-3664. That's 678-723-3664.
School's back in session. Football is cranking up, which is great because tailgating is our favorite part of football season at John Thornton Chevrolet, Georgia's largest truck dealer. Hey there, it's Angie Ward. I want you to think of the awesome tailgate spread you can get with all of the
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the Chapel Hill High School Panther Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Alan Weathers with Assistant Director Michael Nedvedek and Color Guard Coordinator Herb Lurie. The band's 2020 halftime production is entitled The Scene and features music by Rage Against the Machine, Green Day, and The Killers. The band is led onto the field by drum major Destin Felden with captains Layla Atkins, Evie Martin, Daniel Brown, Jake Wilkinson, Ali Dowda, and Israel LaFleur. Drum Major Felder, is your band ready?
Right now, 10-7.
10-7.
Alexander at East Paulding.
7-7.
7-7. So two of our Douglas County teams going over to Paulding County, and neither one of them putting up a lot of points on the board.
And then last night, New Manchester played against Jackson of Atlanta, Maynard Jackson, and New Manchester came out with that victory, 25-22.
What's that school called again?
Maynard Jackson.
And where did Jackson go to school?
Maynard Jackson.
Where did the name, the Maynard Jackson?
I don't know what high school he went to.
You know what college he went to?
Oh, you mean Morehouse High School?
See, here we go again.
Hey,
Here we go.
I tried to stay away from it.
Here we go.
But you kept baiting me. You kept baiting me.
Maynard Jackson, the first
Mayor Maynard Jackson.
the first African-American mayor of the city of Atlanta, is a proud alumnus, or was a proud alumnus
Morehouse.
of the Morehouse College.
Okay. Okay.
I go to the house.
Okay.
Where do you go?
Notice how quiet I got.
Yeah, I know you did. I know you did. You know, if I have another person ask me, how's Morehouse football season going this year?
Oh, they're undefeated. That's what you tell them. Yeah, they're undefeated.
We haven't lost. We haven't lost. We ain't played either.
Bro, at this point of the season, Morehouse hadn't been undefeated like this in a long time.
I tell you what, you know, this weekend, well, probably next weekend, would have been the last weekend of October. Man, so we're gonna make a bet on it. We're gonna make a bet on ghost games.
You don't want to do that. I'm gonna run up the score.
Yes. It's halftime here at Chapel Hill. We're just cutting it up a little bit as the Panthers of Chapel Hill lead the Wildcats of Villa Rica 14-7. You're listening to your Friday night high school game of the week. We'll take another break and we'll be back here shortly.
We are all required to have auto insurance, but finding the best deal can be a full-time job. Let the auto insurance experts help you find that deal. If it has wheels, Peach State Insurance has all the answers with one phone call or on the web with no obligation quotes. They insure all drivers, new or experienced, personal or business cars, trucks, motorcycles, RVs, or ATVs. Your local Peach State Insurance Company located on Douglas Boulevard can handle all your auto needs. On the web at peachstateinsurance.net or at 877-PHCST. There's no end to the options when you want to eat out. That list of options starts to narrow if you're looking for healthy, flavorful, quick service, affordability, or locally family-owned and operated. Come take a trip with me to a European cafe with all that, no plane trip required. Just a short trip to historic Sonoa. Jacob's Table is a European cafe experience with locally sourced, made fresh daily dining your family will love. Located in historic Sonoa at 15 Barnes Street, they're not just a restaurant, they're part of our community. Check out their menu and their story at jacobstable.com. In Georgia, we love outdoor living and we spend thousands of dollars building decks and swimming pools, but sometimes it's simply too hot outside to be in the direct sun. You may have even thought about spending thousands of dollars to build a permanent roof structure over whatever beautiful outdoor structure you have. But what if you could harness the power of the sun? You could control when you had shade, when you had sun, keep the rain out when you don't want it. Well, the fine folks over at Georgia Shade Solutions can help you do exactly that. With their motorized louvered roof systems, harness the power of the sun. Control how much shade or how much sun you get with the push of a button. And oh yeah, the rain out when you don't want it. Look them up on the web at georgia-shade-solutions.com or give them a call at 678-723-3664. That's 678-723-3664.
We are back at Chapel Hill for your Friday night Douglas County game of the week. And we're here at halftime. Your score 14-7. And Coach and I are just talking about as we see the fans walking by, everybody's a little more bundled up now than when the game first started.
Week by week.
Yes, indeed. And you see, like you said, the jackets are out, sweatshirts, hats, gloves. As my mother would call them, got your newbie on.
Newbie.
So you say, hey, don't leave the house without your newbie. Some people call them, skull caps?
Skull caps, beanies, watch caps.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's definitely a fall evening here in Georgia, a little crisp fall breeze in the air. But it's clear skies, and it's actually, like you, Coach, said, is a beautiful Friday night football night.
Yes.
As the teams come out and go through their second half warm-ups.
And your traditional 3 minutes was placed back on the clock.
And an extra 3 minutes. So 20 minutes of halftime and 3 minutes to warm up. So 23 minutes. We played the whole first half in just over an hour.
Yes.
And then we had to wait 23 minutes to play the second half. But in those 23 minutes, let's talk about halftime adjustments. We do it every week. So we'll start with the visiting Wildcats. You'll get the ball to start the second half.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely want to try to put points on the board and try to tie this game. What's your best second half adjustment?
I think the biggest second half adjustment for Villa Rica is on the defensive side of the ball. If they're going to run that 3-3-5, they're going to have to be more athletic. That's what that defense is designed for. You put as many athletes on the field as possible, and there's a lot of movement. But we're not seeing that from Villa Rica tonight. The most movement is coming from the three defensive linemen. Your linebackers have to become a little bit more active, and they're not doing that right now.
Gary Patterson. I was just about to Google it, and it finally came to me. So that 3-3-5 that you said is run by the Texas Christian Horned Frogs.
Yes, sir.
And that defense or that team is a stout team led by Gary Patterson.
Yes.
And how many times have they been undefeated in the past?
It's been
10
quite
years.
a few, and a lot of it is because of that defense.
Yeah.
Most coaches want to put your best athletes
On defense side of the
on
ball.
defense because if they can shut an offense down, I can get the ball in good field position.
Yeah.
And
it's
I'll
easy to hit points.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
All right, so the 3-3-5 that's been run by Villa Rica has been shredded by the run game by Chapel Hill. So we know what Villa Rica wants to do to counter. What's Chapel Hill do to hold on to this lead, get a defensive stop on his first possession, and then put more points on the board?
I want to say they want to be more aggressive. That's what I want to say. But the way the game's been going right now, you really don't have to change anything because they are grinding the ball down the field, chewing up massive amounts of time on that clock.
Massive.
And then score.
Yep.
So don't change anything. If you do change something, be a little bit more aggressive.
All right, so in the first possession of the game, Chapel Hill took the opening kickoff, ran off 8 minutes and 8 seconds, took the ball 80 yards, put up 7 points. And then they waited 20-plus minutes until they got the ball late in the second quarter to put up their second score. And that's how we got to 14-7 as the horn sounds. The referee crew struts back onto the field. And we are just about ready for second-half football here at the Panthers Stadium.
Now, Eric, one thing I will say to you, if Villa Rica gets stopped on this opening kickoff, on this drive, and Chapel Hill can get the ball on the other side of the 50, Villa Rica's in trouble.
In trouble.
Because Chapel Hill has already shown them you're not going to get a lot of possessions.
No, because
They
we're
are
going
a
to
ball control offense.
Yes.
You won't get many possessions, and you're already down 7.
So if you get down 2 scores, that's like being down.
That's a long, long night.
Okay. So we'll see what happens as the Queen sound hits the
Yes, sir.
Bow Hunters. We will rock you.
will
What's the
rock
actual name of that song?
Rock You.
Rock You by Queen. That song has been being played by a song. I mean, that's a 40-year-old song, easy.
Yes, and it still sounds great.
You hear that? Boom, boom, da, boom, boom, da.
It's a great song.
All right, so Chapel Hill is lined up to kick off, and we're just about ready for second half action. Brian Uribe kicks it off. It's a short kick, taken at about the 39 by one of the upbacks.
That was a heads-up play by Justin Weatherford.
Yep. And no, Justin Weatherford is on
Chapel
Hill.
Walters.
There you
Tyler
go.
Walters, I'm sorry.
All right, so 1st and 10 now for Villa Rica. Their first possession. We're just underway here in the second half. They'll scrimmage from the 39. They are already on the ball. They are in a spread option. 4 wide receivers, 1 running back. And they're led by a quarterback. What's his name again? Bushawn?
Najee Pritchett.
Najee Pritchett. Thank you. Hand off to number 2. We still haven't found out who that young man is.
His last name is 2. His first name is Number.
And he's going to gain about 3 yards on first down. Take the ball up to the 41. 2nd and 7. Fans fall back to their seats. Good crowd here on hand at Chapel Hill. Snap. Pass over the middle. Wide open is number 17, and he's going to have first down yardage and more as he takes the ball into Chapel Hill territory at about the 35. So a great over middle pass there by Mr. Pritchett.
Yeah, nice pass, nice rhythm. Receiver didn't have to break stride. He caught it and kept running.
And there was just a quick slant there by number 17, and he was wide open. Great execution by that Wildcat offense.
Quick slant from the slot position.
Snap here. Going over the middle. Number 17 is open again over his right shoulder, but he was overshot that time by Pritchett. If he could have dropped that in, he would have walked into the end zone.
I'm going to disagree with you. I don't think it was overshot. I think the pass was thrown perfectly.
Did the receiver slow down?
He slowed down.
Okay.
Because he had 2 steps on the linebacker.
Yeah, he had 2 steps on number 7. That's Bradley Turner. He's been all over the field making tackles.
Right.
But he's not necessarily a great pass defender at middle linebacker. So that pass goes incomplete. It would have been a short touchdown if they could have connected.
There was just enough air up under that ball for the receiver to run up under it, but he slowed down.
2nd and 10 now. Hand off to number 2. Going to his left. He's got lots of room. He's going to have first down, still on his feet, down the sideline, and finally pushed out of bounds at about the 8-yard line.
Okay.
So a rip-off of about 20 yards there on that carry, and Villa Rica has definitely done some halftime adjustments.
Yes, now they're in business. They're doing what they needed to do to answer that last touchdown by Chapel Hill before the halftime took over.
So 1st and goal now for Villa Rica. Only 1 minute has come off the clock here in the second half, and Villa Rica has gone right down the field. 1st and goal from the 8. Pritchett in the shotgun. Receiver in motion. He'll hand off to number 2 again up the middle. And this time he's stacked up by the defensive line of Chapel Hill.
It's about 4 or 5 guys that were in on that tackle that time, Eric. Kind of hard to say who made first contact. It was all purple.
All purple. Once again, they're led by Charles Workman, that 6'4", 365 nose tackle. And when you can clog up the middle, definitely can throw the run game out of whack.
Yes, sir.
2nd and goal. He got 2 yards on it. Snap now to Pritchett. He's going to pitch it to 2, and there is the defense in there to make a stop. That time, number 7, the middle linebacker, was in there to get in there quickly.
Yeah, that was that delayed pitch again, and it was pitched behind him that time. So the running back had to take his eye off the ball, looking over his back shoulder.
To slow down his momentum.
Slow down, yes. And he almost got hit in the backfield.
So we'll bring up 3rd and goal. If you're the Panther defense now, you just want to hold them to a field goal attempt, and if they're brave enough to go for it on 4th down, hold them out of the end zone.
Right.
Just on the way here in the second half, Villa Rica got the kickoff and is going straight downfield. Pritchett back to pass, rolling to his right. Purple jerseys all around him, and he just kind of threw that one away, Coach.
That was a smart play. There was nothing there. His receiver was trying to run a corner route where he goes straight up the field and heads toward that back pylon, but the DB wouldn't let him, so he had no other choice but to throw it out of bounds, which is good because he didn't take a loss.
And as he was throwing the ball, the defensive end, Bryson Veal, had his hands wrapped around the waist of the quarterback, trying to bring him to the ground. So here we are. It is 4th and goal, and Villa Rica will line up to go for it. No 3-point attempt. Pritchett back to pass, looking over the middle. He's got a man wide open.
By himself.
And it will be touchdown, Villa Rica.
That was number 17. Lined up in the slot. He ran a simple post pattern, a skinny post pattern. There was nobody covering him, and the safety.
Somebody lost him, and that's the same guy who almost just burned you.
Correct.
For a 30-yard touchdown. So you knew he was someone that they might have been looking for.
Right.
So just like that, 2 minutes and 17 seconds into the second half, Villa Rica has gone straight down the field, and they are PAT away from tying this contest.
The best thing that happened on that play, Eric, was that the receiver did not overrun his route. He could have easily taken that thing across the field more and possibly pushed himself into the safety. But what he did, he almost just sat down in that zone, and the pass was thrown perfectly.
And the result is 6 points. The PAT is up and good. And just like that, we are tied. 14-14 is your new score here at Chapel Hill. And the Panthers are stunned from what they have seen here to begin the second half.
Yeah, the sideline got kind of quiet on that drive, so we'll see how the offense comes out and reacts.
So a Panthers team that defensively had really held Villa Rica in check all of the first half.
Right.
Allows a 65-yard touchdown drive to begin the third quarter. And Villa Rica will line up to kick off here. It's a deep kick, going to be returned from the 10-yard line by Buckley. Buckley right up the middle. This time he turns on the Jets. He's got to make one man. He's got to beat one man, but he's finally going to be dragged down at about the 49. Just like the last time we saw him return a kick, he went straight up the middle. And instead of kind of teeter-toeing, he just turned it over and went straight.
He just went straight up the field. He saw an alley, hit that alley, got into it, and got the ball almost to midfield, which is a great way to start this first drive of the second half.
Yes, a great answer for that touchdown drive by Villa Rica. So the Panthers will take over at their own 48. Quarterback Kamari Fry. In the first half, he was very efficient, maybe only threw the ball 5 to 7 times. He completed most of them. and he led 2 scoring drives for the Panthers.
And the referee just signaled a sideline warning for Villa Rica.
First down now from the 48. 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs. Handoff to Perkins, and Perkins goes over the right side. He's going to gain about 6.
Nice carry by that young man. Tackle was made by number 6, Jaquise Dunson.
Perkins is listed at 5'10", 165, but he's definitely very, even though he's kind of slender, he's very stout at the same time.
He's got some strong lower legs.
Yeah.
He really drives once contact is made.
And he's got definitely speed to go with some of that power. So the ball now into Wildcat territory. 2nd and 5. Handoff to Rudolph. And he's going to have a first down. These two are a great 1-2 punch coming out of that Chapel Hill backfield.
Rudolph Paul?
Rudolph Paul, yes. I mean, I still call him his name. His name's Rudolph.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
But still, the 1-2 punch of Paul and Perkins, P&P.
That's a horse that I would ride all night because you keep both of those backs fresh and those legs are strong, and you will beat that defense up.
So first down now for Chapel Hill at the 39 of Villa Rica, and they want to answer that scoring drive with one of their own. Perkins back in the game, right up the middle. He's going to have room in front of him. He had one man to beat. He finally is taken down at about the 17, so inside the red zone, a great rip and run by Chapel Hill right up behind that big offensive line.
Eric, that A-gap on the left side between center and guard was so wide. This 53-year-old man could have run through that hole. That was beautiful.
53 on his birthday today, and Coach, I would have gave you 25. You telling on yourself.
That's okay. I'm still glad to be here.
So on the left side of that line, that's Jamar Milford, a 6'2", 285-pound guard. So both of their guards are juniors. They'll be set up great for next year, too, if these young men come back.
Right.
And they're going to go right back to the well as Paul goes over the left tackle this time, and he's going to gain about 8 on first down, maybe even 9 with that last part of his burst.
And what I love right there, after that play was over, one of the offensive linemen looked to the sideline and just rolled his hands like, Coach,
come on, Coach, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
When you see your offensive lineman doing that, you love it because you know that they are dialed in.
All right, 2nd and 1, so he gained 9 on first down. Line of scrimmage now at the 9. The Panthers in their all-purple looking to answer the touchdown drive by Villa Rica. And here we go again. Paul over the left tackle, and he's going to dance right into the end zone. So, 40, what did they take over at the 39? So it's
52-yard drive.
52-yard drive. Thank you, Coach. Because they got great field position after Buckley returned it up to the 48. And I think there was 5 runs.
5 or 6, yeah.
Yeah, 5 or 6 runs. So they gained about 10 yards per carry.
And what I always say, you always hear the term, dance with who brung you.
Yeah.
That's what they did.
Running backs.
They told those 2 running backs, look, carry us home. And that's exactly what they did.
So, like you said, kudos to the offensive line for creating big holes and blocking. And the running game of Chapel Hill, just like that. A tie game is now 20-14 with the PAT.
We missed it.
No good. So the line drive kick didn't happen this time?
It was a line drive kick that probably got 3 feet off the ground.
So, your new score, 7:24 remaining in the third quarter. Your Chapel Hill Panthers 20, Villa Rica Wildcats 14. We'll stay right here. We're about halfway through the third quarter, and this is the offense that we expected to see when we got here tonight. 2 teams coming in, games where they scored 40-plus points last week. Chapel Hill put up 47. Villa Rica put up 49.
I think it was 49, yeah.
And both offenses kind of struggled in the first half, even though Chapel Hill did get up 14 points. But here we are in the second half, and both teams have taken the drive and gone straight down the field.
It's like that early boxing match. They're filling each other out in the first half.
Now they're throwing haymakers.
Now they're throwing haymakers.
All right. So lined up to kick off for Chapel Hill is Uribe. And standing, or actually he doesn't kick it deep, so they don't have a deep man back there. And it's a short kick again, taken at the 28 by number 5, and he's looking to get to the sideline. He's got a blocker in front of him, a great block by number 3. And he's going to take this ball over the 50-yard line. That was a great block on special teams to get another 10 yards for that man.
Nice return by number 5, Ty McKee.
And number 3 Javion Ziegler definitely paved the way for him. So now look at that. They're going to have their possession inside of Chapel Hill territory to start this drive, their second drive of the second half. Line of scrimmage to 46 at Chapel Hill. First possession of the second half, Villa Rica went straight down the field. Let's see what they do here. Pritchett in the shotgun, 4 wide receivers. And he'll hand off to number 2, and the defense was in there, but number 2 made a miss. And look how he touched that ball up tight and runs, and he's going to have one play and a touchdown, 46 yards. There's a penalty flag at the 50.
Didn't see that happen.
And you see the referee waving him back already. Big number 8, Jalen Smith, was in the backfield. Number 2 made him miss, but was he helped by that, by an offensive hold? So what is a 46-yard touchdown is coming back as the referee signals hold.
And Villa Rica looks like a different offense right now.
Ooh, don't they really? Villa Rica is what they're doing.
Right, they look like a totally different offense right now.
That was a beautiful run.
It was. And to comment on what you were saying, I like the way he had that ball high and tight.
High and tight, yes.
It can't be. It's very hard to strip it, and it's hard to fumble when that ball is up that high.
So mark it all the way back to the 40-yard line of Villa Rica. And once again, Coach, that's the one thing I don't like. So the original line of scrimmage was the 46.
Right.
You mark them back, that's 14 yards on a 10-yard penalty.
Exactly.
So first and 24 now. Hand off to number 5, going to his left, looking to get a block. He's trying to get outside. He's finally taken down by number 7. Number 7 is all over the field for Chapel Hill.
Right, that's Bradley Turner. He is a 5'11", 205-pound senior middle linebacker and quarterback.
Yeah, and he plays special teams as well. He's definitely a stalwart of that Chapel Hill defense. So he gained 5 yards up to the 45, so make it 2nd and 19.
Looks like Villa Rica is going to leave Mr. McKee in the ball game at the running back spot to give number 2 a little break after that long run that was called back.
Yeah, a 46-yard touchdown run nullified by a holding penalty. About halfway through the third quarter. Snap to Pritchard, back to pass. He's under pressure, scrambling to his left. He's got a man open. The man fell down, and the ball bounces.
Yeah. A little short, but like we talked last week, it's hard for a right-handed quarterback to roll left.
And throw against the body.
Yeah, get some accurate push on that football.
Well, he had a man wide open, and he slipped a little bit on what might be a little bit of a slippery mildew fall turf. If he could have held his feet, he probably could have definitely got back to that ball.
And it was right at the first down marker as well.
So bring up 3rd and 19 now for Villa Rica. 4 wide receivers, 1 wing back. Pritchett back to pass, scrambling, and he's going to be sacked. Sacked in the backfield by Jaden Smith. We have called his name all night long, Coach.
All night long, and I'm going to lay that blame on number 68, Thomas Daniels. He's standing around looking instead of helping his quarterback out by making some good blocks out there.
So, the Panther defense, after giving up a touchdown run, holds now and will force the punt by Villa Rica. What a
turn of events.
Yes. That's neat. I was going to say a swing of events. Yeah, that's a swing on the scoreboard, because what could have been a tie game or maybe even a 1-point lead for Villa Rica, if Chapel Hill can get this ball back and put up points, can now be a 14-point swing.
But the coaching staff for Villa Rica obviously saw something. So believe me, they'll come back to it.
All right, so the punt by Villa Rica is downed. And it'll be 1st and 10, Chapel Hill, their second possession of the second half. Both teams took the ball the first time, went right down the field and scored. Villa Rica thought they had another touchdown, but it was called back by a penalty. And now Chapel Hill, with 5:25 remaining in the third, will try to put some more points onto their 6-point lead.
And believe me, the running backs and the quarterback for Chapel Hill are looking at that offensive line and saying, big fellas, we're leaning on you. Just do what you do.
If those young men have any money in their pocket, they're saying the pizza's on us. You just keep plowing this field.
That's right.
Hand off to Perkins. He gains about 3. He finally brought down by number 42 of Villa Rica. Make it about 2, so bring up 2nd and 8. If you know offensive linemen like I know, they can eat some pizza.
Oh, yes, sir. Well, offensive linemen can eat, period.
Period. Wings.
They can eat.
Hamburgers.
What I used to tell all the guys when I was in high school was, I'm hanging out with the O-line because they take care of me.
All right.
I'm making sure I do what I can to take care of
You
them.
know, I love when I hear in the pro ranks, you hear offensive linemen say the running back bought us Rolexes,
Right.
the quarterbacks bought us this.
Right.
And look at the offensive line right there plowing the field.
Look, the offensive line look like they had the football. They're 15 yards down the field.
That's big number 74. And they plowed their field there. He just pancaked somebody. And that was going to be first down for Chapel Hill at the 35. I didn't even see the ball carrier.
That's a lot of body coming at you, Eric.
6'3", 305.
Yes, sir.
1st and 10, Chapel Hill. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the bottom, 1 to the top. Handoff again, right up the middle. But they're going to be slowly stopped. They're only getting about 2 or 3 on that one.
What they're doing right now, they're doing 2 different plays. They're running a G-wrap, which is the backside guard. It's wrapping to the play side.
Okay,
and leading the running back.
Okay.
And they're running their version of the Washington Redskins counter trap.
Counter trap, yeah. We talked about that earlier.
The guys blocking down, then that backside tackle and guard
both come.
wrap around and just plow the field.
When I grew up watching the counter trade, it was John Riggins.
Yes, sir.
Ernest Biner.
Kevin Bryant.
Yeah, the Redskins just made that play famous.
Big Russ Grimm.
Yeah, Russ Grimm and Jim Lachey.
There you go.
The Hogs. Growing up in the Baltimore, D.C. area.
Yeah.
2nd and 8, bad snap. Fry picks it up, and he's going to be buried under white jersey. So that's the first miscue in quite some time for the Chapel Hill offense.
Right. That was just a bad snap by the center that time. Maybe he was rushing to make his block or the ball slipped. But the ball didn't get more than a foot off the ground during that snap.
And this time of year in Georgia with the weather changing, this is where mildew and frost really comes up. And the field gets slicker. The balls get a little more moisture on them, so those balls could be a little slippery.
And you can't see it.
No, you cannot.
You cannot see it.
So it'll bring up 3rd and 12 now. Fry back to pass. He's looking to go deep. He's got a man into double coverage, though. He threw it. Intended for number 26.
Yeah, that one was rough.
That's Lawrence Sanders.
Trying to make that completion was going to be very, very wishful, if I can say.
Well, just like that, both offensive now have stalled on their last drives. And a drive that started promising with some good runs stalls out for Chapel Hill, and they will punt it away back to Villa Rica. So after seeing both offensive score on their first possessions, now the defensive has standed up and forced punts.
Right.
Return man for Villa Rica stands at his 35, is a good punt, and it will take another Chapel Hill roll. But now it will go out of bounds at about the 43. So the Wildcat offense will take the field. You're listening to your Friday night Douglas County High School Game of the Week, brought to you by StreamCity.org.
We are all required to have auto insurance, but finding the best deal can be a full-time job. Let the auto insurance experts help you find that deal. If it has wheels, Peach State Insurance has all the answers with one phone call or on the web with no obligation quotes. They insure all drivers, new or experienced, personal or business cars, trucks, motorcycles, RVs, or ATVs. Your local Peach State Insurance Company located on Douglas Boulevard can handle all your auto needs.
Back to the action here at Chapel Hill High School. First down for Villa Rica. That was a easy quarterback sneak or quarterback keeper there by Pritchett. That was a design run.
Right.
He gained about 2. The Chapel Hill defense read it out and stopped him.
They tried to spread the defense out. You had 3 receivers in a tray set on the far side of the field, and then on the bottom you had the twins to spread that defense out, and it still didn't get him anything.
A lot of shifting now by Villa Rica. They'll hand it off to number 2 over the left tackle, and he's only gained about 2 or 3. So this Panther defense again all over the field. That time a tackle by number 11, Wayne Graham, a 6'1", 195 senior. This Panther defense has a lot of seniors out there, so they'll have a lot of guys to replace next year.
Right.
But this defense is definitely playing well here. And after pitching the shutout last week, they're still going strong here this week.
Yeah, they're stout.
Of course, the Panthers once again predicted to win this region. And this is a game that Coach and I think may determine this region, even though we're early in October.
That was a nice run by Keshawn Buckley that time on a pitch.
No, Buckley plays for Chapel Hill. So that
I'm sorry. You're right.
All right, so that was number 1 for Villa Rica.
Right.
He took a pitch over the left corner, turned the sideline, and got the first down for the Wildcats. So first down now into Panther territory. Line of scrimmage is at 39. The Wildcats on the move, looking to tie this game and maybe take the lead. Pritchett in the shotgun as everyone turns to the left sideline to get the offensive play call. Number 2 will shift into the backfield, so they got 3 wide receivers right, 1 left, and they'll hand off to number 2 going to his left, trying to get behind big number 74. But 67 for Chapel Hill got in there and broke up the play.
Yeah, that was Derek Von Hubbard. He just hustled down the line of scrimmage in the backfield and made that tackle from the backside. Nice hustle.
74, I think he's the left tackle for Villa Rica. He had one-on-one, and he was tied up, and that let Von Hubbard slide in there and make that tackle for a loss. So actually make it no gain. So 2nd and 10. Pritchett back to pass, and he's going to tuck and run now, and he's met right there after gaining 1 yard. So a great read and defensive stop by Chapel Hill. As we approach 39 seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
I don't know if you heard the PA guy say it, but that tackle was stopped by number 28, Zachary Wright. Give you an update while we can, Eric. In the third quarter, Douglas County 13, Paulding County 13.
So it's still a tight contest over there in Paulding County.
Alexander and East Paulding is still showing 7-7.
Pritchett back to pass on third down, under pressure, and he will be sacked. Sacked for the 2nd time here in this game. And that is 67 again. We just called his name. That's Derek Von Hubbard. 6'2", 250, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter. So the third quarter ends on a big sack by the Panther defense.
We can honestly say that right now, whoever's lined up in front of Mr. Von Hubbard, they're getting up behind handed to him.
All right. And you heard it from the coach. End of the third quarter, your score, Chapel Hill 20, Villa Rica 14. You're listening to the Friday night high school game of the week, brought to you by Stream City.
School's back in session. Football is cranking up, which is great because tailgating is our favorite part of football season at John Thornton Chevrolet, Georgia's largest truck dealer. Hey there, it's Angie Ward. I want you to think of the awesome tailgate spread you can get with all of the extra money you save on your new Silverado at John Thornton Chevrolet. Get $12,000 off your choice of a crew cab, LT, LTZ, or high country Silverado from John Thornton Chevrolet. Check out the available features that'll make your tailgate even better, like the corner rear step bumper, easy handholds, and ask them to show you that awesome power up-down tailgate available on the 2019 Silverado. You can bet I'll have my Chevy All-Star Edition Silverado loaded and ready for game day. Find new roads at John Thornton Chevrolet, your Silverado headquarters. Go west and save more. Exit 44 off I-20 on Thornton Road. So big, they named the road after us. Online at johnthornton.com.
We are ready for fourth quarter action here at the Douglas County Game of the Week. Eric Slaughter, Coach Bernard Telps. And there's been an offensive display by the Chapel Hill Panthers and a defensive stalwart as well. Punt team on the field for Villa Rica as we begin the fourth quarter. No deep man for Chapel Hill. Just going to let it go to wherever it goes, and it's going to bounce and roll out of bounds. So a great punt. A great punt by Villa Rica, and is going to pin Chapel Hill inside their own 10. So they'll be 91 yards away from adding to their 6-point lead. And if you are the Panthers, You want one of those drives like you had to start the game.
I was just thinking that, Eric. This is what you want to do. Go ahead and run off about 7 or 8 minutes off that clock. That will give Villa Rica about 2 or 3, and it won't matter at that point because you already have a 6-point lead.
So that massive offensive line of the Panthers will try to do what they've been doing all night long. First down from the 9, Kamari Fry. Hand off to Perkins to his right. He's got a hole. He turns on the Jets, and he's going to have about first down yardage and more as he takes it up to the 22 or 23.
That play was made by number 1, Keyshawn Buckley. He turned his back to the running back so that the cornerback couldn't see him. That gave the running back a window to get through to pick up those extra yards.
I remind of that old Vince Lombardi. We're going to get a seal here.
That's right.
We get a seal here. We're going to run in the alley. That's exactly what he did. He ran in the alley.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So first and 10 from the 22. Hand off to Paul. Almost the exact same play. Paul making guys miss, and he's going to have a second first down for Chapel Hill.
Eric, I'm telling you, Chapel Hill is only running 2 plays, it looks like. They're running a G-Wrap.
And that's a little bit of a stretch play, isn't it? Yeah. I tell you what, so Paul rips off about 15, takes it up to the 37, 22 to 37. That's 15. That's their Morehouse education.
See, there you go. There you go. It paid off.
First and 10, Chapel Hill. Now Chapel Hill can just slow their pace down as they're actually getting in a huddle and calling the play. Look at that.
G-Rap and counter Trey has been very successful. I would not change it.
First and 10, 3 wide receivers. Handoff up the middle. Paul, man, he's just got running room for days and ripping off chunks of yardage at a time. He gains about 14 on that play.
Well, Eric, look, as I'm watching that play develop, I'm watching number 55.
That's the other big guard.
Come around that corner, and he's looking for somebody to hit.
Oh, yeah. Well, when you're offensive lineman, that's your day, right?
He slowed down for half a second because there was nobody there, and he did like this. He threw his hands up like, what am I supposed to do?
You just keep running. So, now into Villa Rica territory. 3 straight runs, 30-plus yards gained. Hand off the Paul again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Same play. Eric, I'm telling you, the way it's going right now, I'm looking at my guys, and I'm saying we are running one play until they stop it because they have not stopped it all night.
I think about, I'm a pro football fan. I think about the Super Bowl 4 or 5 years ago between the Seahawks and the Patriots, where everybody in the whole stadium thought that the Patriots were going to hand off and run the ball, and they didn't. And they're like, why don't you just run the ball? There's no reason for Chapel Hill to do anything right now.
There isn't.
But run the ball.
Because what they're doing is successful.
And run the ball they will. Perkins back in the game. Straight to the right side again. Ripping off 5, 6, 7 yards every time they carry it.
Now let me say this. On that particular play, if Perkins was patient for a half a second more, he could have cut back to the left behind.
Because the over pursuit, I saw it.
Taking it all the way down the field.
Because the defense was pursuing hard.
Yes.
So, first down now, Chapel Hill.
But these offensive linemen are going to love to watch this game film when they sit down with the coaches next week.
I mean, the offensive lineman.
Offensive line, I'm sorry, the offensive line, yes.
Okay, now, there's a penalty flag way over on the other side of the field. And it's against the offense. And I think they were I heard a fan say it, I don't think they were actually set in their formation before they snapped the ball.
Okay.
So move them, but that's the only way Villa Rica can slow down Chapel Hill right now.
It's the only way they stop that clock.
And the timeout called by the Wildcats, they just want to catch their breath over there on defense.
Yeah, they're being pounded right now. That offensive line is having their way.
And that's the one thing about a defensive team. When the offense is rolling, they don't get tired.
No.
But defense, they're like, man, give me a breather, give me some water.
That's right.
If you got asthma, give me my inhaler.
Something.
Slow this down. Sometimes when you'll see, they don't do those kinds of things. You'll see a guy go down and say, I got a cramp, coach.
Right.
I got a cramp.
Right. Or you might see a coach say, hey, get out.
Get there. Just take a break.
Just get out.
Just take a break. You know what? It's part of the game. It's called gamesmanship.
That's right.
Slow them down.
But see, right now, it's little things that I pay attention to. Right now, Chapel Hill's offense is on the field. they want to snap the ball.
They ready.
They are ready to go.
Ready. As soon as that umpire who sits over the ball until it's marked ready for play by the referee, as soon as he steps out the way,
I'm snapping it.
we're going to start calling signals.
I always tell my quarterback, never wait for the defense.
Yep. And the umpire steps out of the way. He gets behind the linebacker, and the ball's ready for play. Hand off the pole, up the middle, running right behind big number 76, the center, and he rips off about 7.
Eric, right now, Chapel Hill is picking up about 6 yards a carry.
At least 6.
6 yards a carry.
So that's going to bring up 3rd and inches. So what was first down on a run got moved back, made it 3rd and 7, and that 6+ run brings up 3rd and inches. And they're going to just let the clock. Well, then the clock's not running. Why is the clock not running? They're going to measure.
Oh, okay.
They're actually going to measure this, aren't they?
That's going to be real close, and I'd want to say that's a first down. That's so close.
Well, they're not going. I guess they're going to say the eye test told them that they're a little short, so they're going to call it 3rd, and it was about a half an inch.
Roughly. I tell you what I'm waiting to see, though, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting to see Mr. Fry pull that ball and keep it for himself.
Well, no, this time he hands off to Mr. Paul, and there's a flag right in the middle. So that probably means holding, unless it was a offsides by the defense. Now,
No, that may be a glove.
Is that what that was?
It's a towel.
Okay.
Because when the Chapel Hill players grabbed and threw it to the sideline, and I'm thinking to myself, don't touch that flag.
Yeah. Okay, so it was not the pink flags that have been used by some of the referees as we are in Cancer Awareness Month. It was just a flag. I'm sorry, a towel. It might have been the towel that the quarterback has. I'm not sure. So handoff now to Perkins. He runs into the back of his own center, bounces off, and gets about 2 yards.
And we've got a player down. That's number 4, Todrick Walters hopping off the field.
Yeah. So Andrew Patrick, the 6'3", 240-pound senior center, Perkins tried to run right up his back, literally, and he had to bounce off of him and gain about 1 or 2.
Yeah, he got pushed in the backfield that time. That's once out of the whole game that I've seen him take a step back instead of forward.
So 3rd and 9 now for Chapel Hill, 8:23 and counting. And they got this ball pretty much at the start of the 4th quarter, and we said all they want to do is just run off some clock and put more points on the board.
Like we said, Eric, this ball was started. This drive was started at the 9.
91 yards, and they've done it all on the ground so far. Ball is now at the 33 of Villa Rica. Hand off to Perkins, off the left side, and Villa Rica is going to stack them up after gaining 1.
That was a good stop by the defense on that play.
So here is 3rd and 6 now. And for the first time on this drive, Coach Justin Deshawn's offensive unit is going to have to make a decision whether they hand it off again or actually drop back the pass.
Right.
And if you're going to drop back the pass, I will bet Mr. Buckley, your senior captain, might be the target.
Yes, sir.
We haven't called his name yet much in the second half. In the first half, he had a couple plays where they went to him consecutively, and he was spinning and dodging, and he's one-on-one. You got number 1 versus number 1 on this right side of the field.
I'm telling you, the way this defense is set up, I would love to see Mr. McGlam go on a flag on the play.
What we got there? False start against the offense. Not what you need if you're Chapel Hill.
If somebody up top was watching and Villa Rica came out with that same defensive set, I would send Mr. McGlam on a corner route because the closest defender to him is either a slot corner or an outside linebacker. He's playing 3 yards off of him and about 4 yards inside of him.
Now you're talking about number 10 right here?
I'm talking about number 3.
Number 3.
Yeah, number 10 in the slot.
Okay.
But now they put number 4 over as a safety.
All right, so after the penalty, 3rd and 11, and they're trying to get a wide receiver screen to Buckley. He throws it up, and it's incomplete. So a drive stalling incompletion there by Chapel Hill, their first pass attempt of the whole second half.
That wasn't a good play call right there. He threw that ball in a lot of traffic.
Yep, so on what was 3rd and 11, they tried a wide receiver screen. Now, at the 35-yard line, on 4th down, they are going to keep the offense on the field. Lining up in a 4 wide receiver set. This is a
22.
They're going deep. He's got a man and wide open over the middle, and he's going to run into the end zone. So on 4th down and 11 from the 35.
To take us memory, that was a running back, a sophomore.
Yeah, he's that scat back type players that they had. Kamari Fry completes the touchdown.
He went 15 yards down the field and nobody covered him. He had the entire middle of the field to himself.
So the Panthers strike here in the 4th quarter on a 35-yard catch and run by Nunnally. Kamari Fry dropped back, surveyed the field, and found Nunnally, and Nunnally did the rest.
He did all the work.
So 91 yards, a drive that started at their own 9-yard line, results in 6. And they will attempt now to look like they're going to go for 2 to make it a true 14-2 touchdown lead.
Right. That's the kind of dagger that you want to put into the heart of the team you're playing against. A 91-yard drive, you just chewed minutes up off the clock, and then you have a spectacular touchdown play like that. Beautiful work by the Chapel Hill Panthers.
And if you're Coach Justin Deshawn, you are 6 minutes and 52 seconds away from a 3-game winning streak and a 2-0 record in your region.
What Villa Rica needs to do now is shut down this 2-point conversion to give them a feasible shot.
Now look at this.
It's close.
Kamari Fry tried to scramble his way into a big number 7. The middle linebacker was in there as the blocking back. But a 2-point conversion is going to be no good for Chapel Hill.
Brought down by number 29, DeKayon Smith.
But it's 6:52 remaining. The Panthers down with a 12-point lead. Your score, Chapel Hill 26, Villa Rica 14. You're listening to the Friday night high school game of the week.
Looking for a wedding facility, maybe a place for a reception, anniversary celebration, a sports banquet, class reunion, birthday party? Contact us at Hudson's by the Lake, 770-942-4828. Hudson's by the Lake is the perfect venue for all types of events, both intimate and large parties. We offer an exceptional location that you can decorate and style to your own liking. The imagination can go wild and the possibilities are endless. Hudson's by the Lake, located on Cedar Mountain Road in Douglasville. Hudson's by the Lake.
Coach, you've lived in Douglas County for how long?
Since 1993.
Okay, answer a question for me.
Yes, sir.
Where's there a lake out here?
There is a lake if you go toward the northwestern corner, going toward South Paulding High School.
Okay.
That's actually where Hudson's by the Lake is.
That's where it is? Okay, so there is a lake out here in Douglas County.
Yes, that's in the North Douglas area.
All right, and Hudson's by the Lake is one of our proud sponsors, and we appreciate them being one of the sponsors of Friday Night Football here in Douglas County.
They have a very nice facility out there.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, you can go out there and spend your anniversary.
No. I'm going out of town tomorrow.
All right, there it is. All right, so Chapel Hill will look to kick off. Villa Rica now, crunch time as they are down 2 scores. End over end kick, taking it about the 15. Number 5 looking for some room. He's going to take it up to about the 31 where he's finally brought down by the Chapel Hill return unit.
Yeah, that was Ty McKee. He just got everything that he could, and then once he couldn't get any more, went ahead and took it to the ground. Let me give you a quick update, Eric.
Okay.
I'm still showing the Douglas County, Paulding County score is 13-13, and over at East Paulding, Alexander is now up 21-7.
Now, while you get those scores, I'm going to see something that I noticed. On special teams, the kickoff team for Chapel Hill, you had both Perkins out there and Turner, your middle linebacker. So this is obviously a coach and Coach Deshawn that believes in putting his best talent on special teams.
What I want to say is best 11. Best 11.
All right, so 1st and 10, Villa Rica from the 31. Pitch it to number 2. He's looking for some running room. Only gains about 3. He's going to take him down at about the 25. I'm sorry, 35.
35, yeah. And we have an offensive lineman getting up pretty slow. Okay, he's on his feet.
Yep. But if you're Villa Rica, You're down 12 points, only 6.5 minutes to play.
Got to go to the air.
Got to start airing it out. Yeah, got to go start airing it out. 5 wide receivers. Look at the 3 bunch to the bottom of the field, 2 in a stack to the top of the field. Pritchard in the backfield by himself. He's looking to go deep. He's under pressure. And once again, we'll say his name, Jaden Smith.
Yes, sir.
Jaden Smith all over the field as at least his 2nd sack here tonight.
The big fellow. And what you saw on that, the reason that sack took place, Mr. Smith did do his work to get in the backfield, but you had one receiver trying to beat a corner and a safety deep. So the quarterback is standing there waiting for him to get open. It's not going to happen.
6'2", 270. If you're a scout for a college, you might want to come over here to Chapel Hill Road and check out this young man. Screen pass completed there. And if you're Villa Rica, you got to start putting some yards on the board. You can't be dumping them off for 2 and 3 yard completions.
Yeah, they're doing swing passes and short cross routes where they need to be going down the field.
And then they'll say, well, we just tried to go down the field, and our quarterback got sacked. So what can you do?
Well, when you're trying to throw a 30-yard pass when you only need 10, that's a big difference.
Bradley Turner, the middle linebacker, on that tackle there for Chapel Hill. And it's 4th down, and already the punt unit is on the field for Villa Rica. So after giving up a touchdown, the Panthers forced 3 and out.
Not a good kick.
And that punt goes out of bounds on this side of the 50.
That punt may have net 15 yards, Eric.
So Chapel Hill really can have the opportunity now to put their foot on the throat of Villa Rica.
Yes.
With 4 minutes and 54 seconds remaining here. A cool, brisk night here in Douglas County. Friday night football. Chapel Hill on top 26-14, looking to get their 3rd victory in a row. The preseason Region 6 predicted champion, Chapel Hill. Kamari Fry has been in the game all game, and he hands off to Perkins up the middle, and he had one player to beat.
Got flagged. Throw back toward the offensive line at the line of scrimmage.
So probably holding, and he has signaled to the referee that he saw it hold.
I think that was going to be number 76 that he threw it toward.
That's the big center, Andrew McCormick, I believe. Andrew Patrick, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what, other than these few penalties, Chapel Hill has pretty much done anything they wanted to do tonight and ran their offense superbly.
Yes, they have. Yes, they have. And again, like we said, it all starts up front with those 5 blocks of granite. And those gentlemen have looked good all night.
So let's go ahead and give all those guys the love. So you got 57, Cameron Bouchamp, tackle 6 feet 230.
76,
that's the center. Andrew Patrick,
55,
which we don't have on the roster.
54.
I don't have 55 or 54.
74.
74, that's Elijah Brummett.
Yeah.
And you also have 76. And that's, 57 is the other Cameron Bouchamp. Who we missing? 55, we got to find out who he is.
We got 55, 54, 76, 74, and 57. Those are the 5 up.
So 54 and 55 are out there. I don't have either of those guys on my roster.
Okay. And those are your counter tray guys.
Yeah.
Because they have been running behind those 2 quite a bit on that counter tray.
So 54 and 55 are your left guard and your left tackle.
Right.
2nd and long here after that penalty. Perkins, hands off, goes up the middle, still on his feet, breaks 2-3 tackles, and picks up. So that was a 2nd and 20. He picks up about 17.
Behind 54 and 55.
And there's some pushing and shoving going on now between Villa Rica and Chapel Hill. And that's the one thing you don't need.
Right. We've had a clean game all night.
And remarkably, I see one penalty flag over at the 40, but I don't see any penalty flags after the pushing and shoving.
Which is good. And the Chapel Hill fans are here not too happy, and they're voicing their opinions to the referees.
Well, they're just saying that the referees have to take control of the game. And we'll see if there's any ejections or some personal fouls contributed to that pushing and shoving.
Didn't exactly see what happened, but before they throw guys out, if it wasn't blatant, I would like for the referees to pull those two guys together and just talk to them real quick, let them know that.
Well, you could issue personal fouls on both because they're offset.
Right.
Now, the play was a great run by Perkins. Perkins, number 5, has been getting big yardage all night long. It was 2nd and 20. He ripped off about 16 yards. Now we've got the coaches from both sidelines out there trying to get an explanation. And they are going to tell both teams to head towards their sideline while they work this out. Coach Deshawn and Coach Honeycutt trying to get explanations from the referee crew. Once again, it's Friday night. We can go ahead and almost start looking towards next week.
Yeah, 3:45 left on the clock. Definitely.
So both of these teams, by record-wise, will have winnable games next week. Now, Coach, I'm going to ask you to look up something for me.
Okay, what you got?
Grady was playing North Springs. That was an 0-4 versus an 0-5.
Grady was blasting them like 41-0.
Okay, so Chapel Hill will host Grady next week. And I want to say Villa Rica will go over to North Springs. And that is correct. So Grady will be here. Villa Rica will take on North Springs. Those are both region games.
I'm going to try to verify that score for you, but I know that Grady had a pretty handy lead.
If you go to the search bar on that website you're on, you can type in the school. $38-0. All right, so Grady playing, I don't know if they're playing at home. Grady has their own stadium. I don't know why they didn't play at their home stadium last week. But they're currently up 38-0 on North Springs. Those are the two opponents for each of these teams next week. So it looks like Villa Rica will have the easier of the two, as North Springs is not a really good football team.
Right.
Grady has shown that they can put up points tonight. So when Grady comes over here next week, this Panthers defense will have to play again stout like they have tonight. And after all of this, we still have not yet figured out what's going on the field.
Well, there's been some sort of self-imposed injection by Villa Rica because a player just ran off the field with his equipment, and a coach is walking off the field behind him right now.
Mm-hmm.
So he took his shoulder pads and helmet off and jogged off the field toward the locker room.
Well, the fans were asking for number 20, but number 20 is still out there.
Yeah.
We have had a break here of about 4 to 5 minutes of the action. Your score is still Chapel Hill 26, Villa Rica 14. Next week, I'm not sure where we are. Let's take a look at our schedule, Coach, and figure out where we are next week. Next week is the 23rd.
So he's calling offsetting penalties?
Which is understandable.
Yep.
Next week, we will see Douglas County hosting South Paulding.
Location?
Let's take a look, because Douglas County does not have their own stadium. They will be at New Manchester.
At New Manchester, okay.
So next Friday night, we'll be at New Manchester, as Douglas County will use that as a home field as they welcome in South Paulding. South Paulding team that beat Chapel Hill 28-14 a couple weeks ago. So we'll finally get back to the action. 3rd and 6 for Chapel Hill. Hand off to Paul. Paul's going to be wrapped up by number 42. Number 42 bent him right in the hole.
That was a good stop. That clock is still ticking away. We're almost at 3 minutes right now.
And that's the one good part about this. If you're Chapel Hill, no matter what you do, you have taken, at this point, close to 7 minutes off of the clock.
As they say, they're taking the air out of the ball.
Slow it
and they're
down.
taking all the time off the clock.
Yep. Fourth down, they will line up to go for it on fourth down. Why not? If you can convert this fourth down, that would be pretty much game over. Hand off to Perkins. He's going to break a tackle. He is almost to what he needs, but he's going to come up just about a yard or two
about
short.
a yard or two, yeah.
All right, so turnover on downs for Chapel Hill is the first time we've said that in quite some time.
That's the first time we said that all night.
I think there was one other time that on fourth down somebody went for it and didn't.
First half?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it'll be first down now for Villa Rica. And last time they had the ball in this same predicament, down 12 points, they didn't throw the ball down the field at all. They threw a couple dinks and dives. But you would think now that they're going to try to air it out and see what happens.
Yeah, right now they have no choice but to put the ball in the air. And Chapel Hill knows that, so.
Yep, and they're looking for number 9, but no, he'll go over the middle. Number 9 was definitely the first read as he was one-on-one with Weathercamp.
Right, and Zachariah White, the middle linebacker, was all in the pathway of the quarterback, so he tried to knock that pass down, and he may have tipped it.
So first down goes incomplete. They'll bring up 2nd and 10. The ball is at the 38 of Villa Rica. 2:37 remaining. Chapel Hill looking to go to 4-2. Pritchett back to pass. He's got 4 wide receivers. He's looking to go over the middle. That one's complete to 17. The 17 is a heck of a guy when he gets the ball in his hands.
Yeah.
And he's going to turn and rip and get that ball all the way down to the Chapel Hill 37.
That was a play that they needed. Not only did he make the reception and get the first down, but he had the wherewithal to get out of bounds and stop that clock. Very good play.
But the clock is not on your side as it's at 2:27 remaining. So if they're going to score, they're probably going to have to go for an onside kick.
Yeah.
Pritchett back to pass. Surveying the field to the sideline, complete to number 9. He spins out of a tackle and is down to about the 15. He spun right out of a tackle of one defender and gained about 8 more yards.
Yeah, that was a nice play. I really would have liked to have seen him try to get out of bounds on that play because he knows that the clock is not his friend, as we said earlier.
But the clock does stop while they reset the down marker. Now it's running at 2:13. Pritchett in the shotgun. Back to pass. He's going to tuck and run. Hit it towards the middle, and he's going to go down after gaining about 3. I don't know about that call, Coach.
No, that wasn't what I would have chosen to do. Keep throwing that football. Either you catch it and get out of bounds, or it's incomplete.
As we are under 2 minutes now here in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 4, ball at the 16. Pritchett back to pass, looking over the middle, and he kind of just threw that into the ground.
It looks like I don't know. It seemed like he was trying to throw it, but then try to pull it back at the same time because the ball it died on him.
Yep. So it'll bring up 3rd and 5. Ball at the 16 of Chapel Hill. Villa Rica looking to get some points back. 1:40 remaining. They're down 12.
Going to have to be quick with it.
So no matter what they do, they need 2 touchdowns to get into this game. They can't get a field goal and a 2-point conversion or anything like that. Pass complete.
He's right down at the 1 or the 2.
Yep, it's going to bring up 1st and goal. And Villa Rica is going to have to get on this ball quickly. They have 2 timeouts remaining.
So they're losing a lot of, well, the clock's not running yet. There it is.
Now it is. Under 90 seconds. Pritchett, snap, handoff, up the middle. And Chapel Hill, I thought they stopped him. At about the 1. Yeah, Chapel Hill was able to hold him out of the end zone, and now Villa Rica is forced to call a timeout because they did not get in.
Well, it sure looked from this angle, looked like he did get in. But evidently that defense was able to push him back enough.
All right, now see, this is where my official's eyes come in. The first thing I always do is look over to that head linesman.
Gotcha.
Because he is the one that's marking the ball.
Gotcha.
If you don't see him going to end zone, because the first one they're going to do is when someone crosses, they're actually going to crash in, and then they're going to throw it up.
Right.
So I'm not worried about what I think. If that referee is not crashing in, he didn't get in.
Gotcha. See, you just taught me something.
So
never too old to learn.
There you go. So, but if you look at that ball now that they cleared the field, you can see it's right on.
It's
the
kissing that
nose
line.
of the goal line.
It is kissing that line.
Yeah. So Villa Rica will have one timeout left as we're at 1:17 remaining in the fourth quarter. And if you're Chapel Hill, if you can hold them out of the end zone here, it'll be reminiscent of last week. It was the Mississippi State LSU game, I think it was, where LSU had the ball 4 times on the 1 yard line.
Now, this is
they
what I
couldn't
don't
get
like.
in.
Why would you have your quarterback 4 yards off the ball when you only need inches to get in?
And they stopped him. Did they stop him? Because you see he didn't move. Now he finally threw it up. Yeah.
That's a lot of work for 2 or 3 inches.
Yeah. And they were playing the power offense.
Right.
But you're right. You snapped the ball backwards 4 yards to get 1. So touchdown by the Wildcats. That 6 points brings the score up to 26-20. Now there's no need to go for 2 here because you're still going to need a touchdown. So go ahead and put the 1 point up.
Right.
And make it a 5-point contest.
And your special team should already be talking about that onside kick.
And we'll see as that kick is up and it is good. We'll see how many times in practice that they have gone over this very scenario. So here we are. 1:12 remaining in the contest. And this is what it's all about.
Let me give you a little update real quick.
Go ahead.
Alexander is still leading East Paulding 21-7. And Douglas County is up by 7 on Paulding County, 20-13.
So look at there. I mean, even though it's a close game, that Douglas County defense still holding opponents to around 10 points or less.
Right.
I mean, they're giving up 13, which is the most they've given up probably in a few weeks.
It is, because we've seen some
zeros and sevens, yeah. And we will see Douglas County next week. As they will host South Paulding at New Manchester. Onside kick, good hop, and a great play on 28. And he's going to go to the house if he can outrun the defense. A great play. Zachariah White, the junior. He's a defensive player. He's a linebacker.
He just took the ball on the whole
on the hands team.
Took it on the bounce, picked it up, and it just went straight down the field for the score. Heads up play.
So special teams coming up big for the Panthers late in the fourth quarter. And you can officially start warming up the cars in the bus. Because this one is pretty much done. 1:05 remaining. They're onside kick, and it took the great bounce that they wanted. But 28 jumped up like he was getting a rebound, secured that ball, and went all the way to the house.
Nice. As Don Meredith will say, turn off the lights.
Okay.
The party's over.
Party's over. PAT, no good. Now, there's something in practice that Chapel Hill definitely can work on is their PATs. But that's not going to matter now as the score with 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining is now 32-21. Chapel Hill on top of Villa Rica. So as this pretty much is going to be all she wrote, the Panthers will increase to 4-2, 2-0 in Region 6 of 5A. Villa Rica will fall to 2-4 and be 1-1 in Region 6 of 5A.
That was a big turning event right there, that onside kick.
Because if Villa Rica could have converted that, they would have had good field position and 1 timeout. Instead, 6 points goes the other way for Chapel Hill. And the home faithful are starting to pack up their belongings. And they're going to start heading towards their cars.
Scarf thrown across the shoulders, hoodies put on.
And just like we said last week, the elements don't seem as rough when you're going home with a victory.
That's right. That blood is really flowing.
We will see Chapel Hill again later in the year when they play both Lithia Springs and they play New Manchester.
Okay. And the beauty of that is those schools are all within a 5-mile radius.
Oh, yeah, bragging rights again, as we talked about it.
All these guys went to middle school together.
Kickoff there by Chapel Hill, taken by number 2. He's going to bring it up to about the 42. So the Wildcats will have exactly 1 minute with 11-point deficit staring them in the face. Player down for Chapel Hill on that kickoff. And that's the one thing we always talk about. Once we get late in these games and the victory's at hand, no injuries.
No injuries. That's right.
Let's stay healthy and get off the field and get ready for next week.
Right.
He's rolled over on his back. Hopefully it's nothing more than a situation where he got the breath taken out of him as he's being helped up now. And he's going to make his way off, so I think that's probably what it was. Villa Rica will have one timeout with 1 minute to go. The crowds are slowly starting to trickle out. Here comes Brichette.
One thing I do like, though, Eric, is that small contingent of Wildcats that came to see their team.
Oh, they're still here.
They're still here.
Oh, yeah, they're faithful. They're faithful and they're loyal. Plus, they got a long drive, so there's no need to really rush.
It's not a long drive.
It's going to seem long.
Right.
It's going to seem real long.
Once they get out of here and get to 20, they'll be home in about 10 minutes.
Okay. Back to pass. Looking to go deep. Got a man right on the sideline, complete.
That's what I was looking to see them do on the last drive.
And you hear the PA announcer just say number 1 because we don't have him on the roster.
Not on the roster.
Little fella, too. About 5'6", maybe.
Right.
They did get first down on that. Ball's at the 46 of Chapel Hill. Clock at 51 seconds. Back to passes Pritchett. Under pressure, scrambling to his left. Going right back to number 1 again.
Nice
this time he
tackle.
stays in bounds.
Nice tackle by Mr. Weatherford.
Yeah.
Came up, wrapped him up, kept him in bounds.
So Villa Rica will call their final timeout. 39 seconds remaining.
And all the coaching staff is telling their defensive players now is keep them in front of you. If you can keep
Don't let
them
nobody
keep
get
them
behind
bounds,
you. Yep.
but keep everything in front of you.
And you're the defensive coordinator. You're like, look, we already lit up 21. I don't want my average to go up. We don't want no cheap points at the end of the game. Next Friday should be another nice weather game. It actually warms up a little bit next week.
Okay.
But no rain in the forecast for the next few days here in Georgia.
And you said we'll be at New Manchester?
We'll be at New Manchester.
So the weather won't matter because we'll be indoors.
Yes, that beautiful new facility at New Manchester High School.
You and I will be indoors.
Come on, D.
The only thing wrong about going down there is that the cell reception is not real good when you get out there.
Right.
Second down now for Villa Rica. Back to pass Pritchett. Under pressure, he steps up and throws it right to Turner. He threw it right to Jacob Turner. Is it Bradley Turner? Thank you. Threw it right to him. So that's their first turnover of the night for Villa Rica. The first turnover forced by Chapel Hill. And it's here at the end of the fourth quarter.
That had been one of those situations where he was so dialed in on the receiver that was open, he didn't see that linebacker standing there.
So it'll be first down now for Chapel Hill. As it will pretty much be kneel down time as they're in the victory formation.
Yeah, all you do is one kneel down because Villa Rica doesn't have any timeouts left.
And you'll get 35 seconds to run a play. So victory formation for the Panthers. 4-2, staring them in the face. Snap to Fry. He takes the knee. And you can start the handshaking and the celebrations here at Chapel Hill. As the final 15 seconds will run off the clock. They will not have to snap the ball again.
No, sir.
Your final score, Chapel Hill 32, Villa Rica 21. And that will be it. The horn sounds. The teams wave goodbye to each other. Looks like coach is trying to go out there.
Get off the field.
Yeah, but the head coaches will meet to shake hands. A show of sportsmanship by the coaches. And it is all done here from Panther Stadium. We'll take a break and come back and wrap it up. Your score,